T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish,
keep
guys.
all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
What it do, people? It's your boy Drift. Welcome back to another Kopish Kall-in show. It's Friday again. Man, this stuff is freaking me out, man. It's making me realize how quickly my life is going round. How quickly we get round to doing this show with you guys. But big up everyone. What's going on? That is right. It is a Drift takeover today. Big up yourself, Elijah. Yesterday. Mad thing. Yeah. Yesterday was mad, innit? How are we feeling today? How are we feeling? What's the mood like the day after? Man, like John, first in with a super. Big up John and the support as always, bro. Big up Callum and Matt and Drifty. It's my birthday on Sunday. I will be 46, bro. 46 years young. Big up yourself, bro. I'm gonna drop the beat for you right now because I don't think we'll get another chance to before Sunday. Are we filming on Sunday? No, we're not. So you know what, bro? Happy birthday, John, man. Hope you have blessings and more life, man. Yeah, man. Happy birthday, bro. Yeah. How we feeling? The aftermath. Have people watched the press conference with Klopp today? I'm not gonna lie. Klopp made me feel a little bit better than I already was feeling about him. Like he kind of sold me on it a bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm hearing him talking about him, and he looks like he might be the guy we've needed all along, people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, Klopp sold me him. Wow, Sam Max is deflated. I don't know, man. People, how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Man, like Beijing's feeling mellow. I get that. Oh man. But look, he's here now. We have to support him. Look, it is what it is. It's real talk, innit? That is real talk. It is what it is. We can't do anything now but just support him and keep it pushing. One thing that I am a little bit annoyed about, though, is that he can't play in the Merseyside derby. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed about that. The international clearance won't go through in time for him to play. It would have been a nice game to even have him on the bench for, do you know what I mean? Because we are light now. Like, we are light in midfield. No Hendo. Ox, obviously. Jones just coming back. Naby out, obviously. Thiago's the closest to coming back, Klopp said, but he's obviously still out and he'll miss this game. So I'm looking at the midfield and I'm just thinking, we've just got Flacco and the kids. Like, I'm not, like, no bullshit. It's Flacco and the kids. Curtis Jones is what, 21? Carvalho just turned 20. Elliott is 19. And they're the only fit midfielders. It's Flacco and the kids. Oh, yeah, Milner. Oh, yeah, I forgot about my boy. How could I forget about Millie? But you know what, though, guys? We need Millie in a game like this, you know, when Everton are gonna try and rough us up and make it aggressive and all that. We're going to need a general out there. We're going to need a man out there. Because remember, Everton aren't going to outplay us. You know what I mean? They're not exactly a skillful team. They're just a counter-attacking team. So if they're going to start getting aggressive and doing all that kind of stuff that they like to do, then we're going to need somebody out there to back the boys. We can't, you know what I mean? We can't let them be badding up our youngsters. But yeah, let's hope we can get that dub tomorrow, man. Merseyside derby, get the win, get 2 on the board. Well, with 3 wins, would that be 3 wins on the bounce? Yeah, and then finally make sure that is like, boom, season we've kicked off now. Do you know what I mean? We get the 3 in a row, we can say, cool, that we're on our way now. But yeah, it's let me just see what the people are saying. Oh yeah, Iwo Buinio, you know. Sleepy Dragon, how'd you call in? I'm about to release the link for you guys to call in a second. It'll be in the comments, and then there's the link for you guys. So don't worry, I will be releasing that in just a second. Yeah, Jota back in training. He won't be ready for this game, but very, very happy to see that Jota is back in training, man. Definitely. That is a plus more than ever. Just making sure there's no other news from the last time I checked, and then we move. I'll be bringing in the people. Big up everyone who's in the chat right now. And make sure you guys go over and check out the video that Cal just did with Fansbet, guys. You'll see the link. We've retweeted it on our Twitter as well. Make sure you go and show your love to that. So yeah, get over and do that as soon as you can. Cal will be joining me as soon as possible. So don't worry. No Matt today, though. No Matt, but Cal will be joining me as soon as possible. But without further ado, I'm about to release the link. Today is your show. Keep it clean. Make sure you're not mean. And we move. The link is out, people. Hit that link and come and join me. And let's chop it up. All right, I see the people starting to join in. I'm going to bring people in the order they came in at, just to keep it fair. Okay, raw. No love for me, yeah. All right, private chat, mofos. All right, I see you. I see you. All right, let me. No, what are you rapping? I know you do. I know you do. All right. Hold on. Let me just make sure I see who it was. Who was asking. Okay, cool. All right. The man, the myth, the legend. Oh, Mizzy. What's going on, bro? Oh, hold on. He's still in the back. Hold on. You still there, bro? There you are. Can you see me? Can you hear me, bro? Oh, I think I've lost him again. Hold on. Let me message Tom Izzy. Tom Izzy, nod if you can hear me, bro. Just so I know if it's me or you. You can hear me, yeah? Okay. Let me bring you back in. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm good.
A little bit of technicals, but yeah, what's happening, bro? What's going on?
Oh man, I have to be real. Emotional damage as that video, that the shorts that you guys occasionally put out. That game against Newcastle, that was mad. Seriously, that was mad.
It was.
Yeah, it was
emotional damage.
Yeah, that's me, man. That's me. Yeah. But yeah, as you said, we just have to support with the new brother that just came in at the very last minute.
How you feeling
Yeah.
about him? You happy about him? Annoyed? Like, what are you thinking?
I'm annoyed to the extent that we should have solved this problem from the first few weeks when the window started, you know.
Mm.
But well, at least we have one body as a new recruitment. So we'll see. It's too early to tell as of now, you know. And we just have to keep faith on how what he can brings to the table. Because if he replicates the his Barca days, then it's gonna be a good thing for us. And you know
Yes,
that's
definitely.
yeah. I don't know.
He's a
It's
good footballer. He is a very good footballer. I think it's just the fact he hasn't had the
yeah
career he was supposed to have. That's the problem, isn't it? It's not the
yeah
talent
yeah
that's the problem. You know what I mean?
yeah. You know, which comes to I have this question for you both actually, for you and Cal, is that with such transfers, like I see a lot of Brazilians and Portuguese in this transfer window. I think for me, I reckon it's because of the World Cup which is looming, and I reckon because they want to have that game time, which
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess that could be the reason why most of them approve. I don't know. I just would like to hear your take on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never thought about that actually. Yeah.
yeah. Your Vitinha Carvalho is too early for your Carvalho because he's still young. He's still a
Mm.
young blood. He's still a young buck. But you know, your Vitinha, your Fabio Vieira, and then the Brazilians. But the Brazilians are dominating at the Prem right now in terms of midfield.
Yeah, there's a lot
You
of
know,
them in
you
the Premier League now. There is.
it's like you can feel all 11 prem based players, you know,
Mm.
your Casemiros and now you I don't know Arthur, but your Fabinhos and all that. So it'll be it's kind of interesting, and I'm just intrigued because I think some of these transfers won't happen, but because of the World Cup, it is what it is. So there's probably that sort of justification and reasoning as to why it all goes, um, you know, it goes being approved by both clubs, comes to an agreement.
Yeah. No,
And
you know, I'll definitely chop that up, man. I've never actually
yeah.
thought about it. But yeah, yeah. So you're just gonna say one more thing, bro?
No. And one last thing. I know this is too early for fixture because it's gonna be about number of weeks coming. But as of now, who is the one head-to-head key battle if you see in between Liverpool and City, like similar position? Because for me, I'm intrigued to see Harvey and Phil Foden. I mean Harvey Elliott,
Mm.
because they're technical ballers, they're left foot, and then what I'm intrigued is that they both play for their boyhood club. So you know, I like to know your thoughts on it, or
Okay, so
probably other.
who are
Yeah.
the comparisons that I would make between like our squad and their like what plays would I make
Um,
comparisons with?
like the likes of Allison against Edison,
Yeah,
Trent
yeah,
against Kyle
yeah.
Walker.
Okay,
Similar
I'm with
positions.
you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
similar
yeah, yeah. I'm with
positions.
you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
the one key battle. But yeah, smash
Cool.
the likes, guys. Yeah, and
Yeah,
hope
man.
to
Big up as always,
yeah
brother. I'll chop that up for you now, man.
take care.
Cool, man. Big up, bro. Big up. Right. Ooh, what comparison would I make? Oh, well, there was one comparison that they tried to make a lot, which was Diaz versus Van Dijk. the Diaz hype has calmed down a lot. And I know Van Dijk obviously isn't in the best form right now, but even when he came back last season, I think he proved that wasn't even a competition. That was something people really tried to spin the narrative of when Diaz first came. What the comparison that I like at the I'd probably say Flacco and Rodri is probably the one that I'm more intrigued with, Tom Izzy, because I think at the moment Rodri's the best DM in the Prem, arguably the world. But if we're going off of like what they've achieved, what they've done, and their overall talent, Flacco is the best DM in the Prem, arguably the world. So that's probably that. I like that's the thing for me between the two clubs. So I find it more intriguing, because I think when both of those two are playing well, their team wins, and they aren't like the only reason why their teams win. But I think the DM situation massively is underappreciated when it comes to both of those clubs, their success, what they do, and how far they go in competitions. So yeah, I would probably say them two, bro. As for the midfielders, I mean, big up Kevin for just dropping a couple of them. So I just saved this. You can see it there, guys. That is a lot of Brazilians in the Premier League. It's mad. Like, there's more Brazilians than there's ever been in the Premier League, and I love to see it. Maybe I'm being a bit biased. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any other nation, but Brazilians are the best of football. It is what it is. It just is what it is. If you have a difference of opinion, that's fair enough. Obviously, if you come from another country like Italy or Argentina or something like that, you're probably going to massively disagree with me. But I just think Brazilians are the best footballers. They always have been, and they probably always will be. That's my opinion. But to have so many Brazilians in the Premier League is amazing. Absolutely love it. Before I bring on the next one, got a couple things. Got a super sticker from El Rodri. Big up yourself, bro. Appreciate that, man. And big up Wayne, who's just become a new member. Big up yourself, bro. We have a series out right now for the members, Wayne, that you can enjoy. And we'll have the new episode of that coming out. That's the Football Manager Draft League. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to game week 4, but yeah, we move. But yeah, no, big up to yourself for becoming a member, man. Yeah, a couple of people are agreeing with me about the Brazilians. Yeah, man, I think Brazilians are just the best footballers. And I think it's no coincidence as well that if we have a discussion about the best players that have ever lived, quite a few of them are Brazilians. And right at the top of the list would be Pele, Ronaldinho, and R9. So some people will throw Zidane, Messi, Maradona, Cristiano Ronaldo. Like there's other people that will be thrown into the conversation, but a hefty amount of them are all Brazilians. I think that says it all. You got a Portuguese in there, you got a few Argentinians, you got a Frenchman. Maybe like the likes of like a Cruyff or a Platini, a Beckenbauer. You've got like some players who like, but there's like 3-4 strong contenders all from Brazil. So yeah, I would say Brazilians are the best of football. Hold on, let Kall-in look. Oh, I see you. All right. Hold on 1 second there, my bro. Let me get through the next one. And then we've got Cal waiting to jump in. Man, like Chainsaw in the building. What's going on, my bro?
Yo, Jeffy. I've got a couple of things to point out. First thing is with Firmino, since you're talking about Brazilians, you saw at the end of the first half of the Newcastle game, Firmino wasn't a bad player on the pitch. But people in the chat were saying, blame Firmino, Firmino's washed, Firmino's finished. And the guy then scores in the second half and proves these guys wrong again. Yeah. It's like this constant Firmino agenda doesn't make sense. Why would you hate someone so badly? Especially after he had a good game against Bournemouth. He was our man of the match. And then coming to this game, he's not even playing that bad. He's creating 1 or 2 chances, and people are like slaying him constantly, and it made no sense. I was so happy when he scored. It was like this moment of relief. Why are you hating your own player? That makes no sense. And he's a legend as well.
Bro. I know, bro. It's an agenda, bro. I'm telling you, man.
It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. And people are still saying he's finished. And people online, especially on Twitter, are saying, "Oh, he's GA for the season's been cashed out, basically." In the last 2 games. And it's like, why would you say something like that? You want them to carry on this form, but there's constant negativity. And I think it was Chris last week said mental health matters. So let's say Firmino has 2 good games and then 1 bad game, and he goes online, just randomly goes online, and then he sees all this hate. Of course, his form's going to go down, because you constant hate would mean his form might go down. You just don't do that. You keep trying to promote your players. Whoever's playing on that pitch, just don't hate on them. It doesn't make any sense. You can criticize them, but hating on someone, that's a bit too far. And that's my Firmino point. I'm hoping he has a good season moving onwards. And obviously, the mental health side was really important. And shout out to the 12th man, Liverpool's 12th man. That guy with the stats, he brought the stats and the facts, but people still try to downplay it. And now Firmino's performing with the eye test as well. So hopefully he carries this form on. And I do love the different opinions in this Kopish community. It's like the best Liverpool community, hands down. Probably football community as well. I know there's the Big Six and other channels.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you in a non-big-headed way, because it's you lot that make it great, but I agree.
And 2 random questions, completely random. Hopefully, if Cal's listening or if he comes on, maybe he could answer this as well.
Yeah, as soon as you jump out, Cal will be jumping in, so he'll be able to answer.
So here's a question: your ultimate concert or festival, who would headline it? So any musician throughout history, and you have to pick 5. So one headlines it, and then who's gonna be in the
What, dead or alive, you're saying, right?
Dead or alive.
Okay,
it doesn't matter what era. And then the second one is there's a movie called Nope. I haven't seen it yet, but it's I think it's a UFO type movie, like a horror type movie. And I was thinking, if you could pick a generic topic, like let's say ghosts or aliens, but you're the director, Drifty, and Cal's the director as well, how would you spin it? How would you change it? Because I think in Nope, the UFO itself is the alien, the craft itself. So
okay.
So how would you change something if you're the director of not just a horror movie, any movie where something's generic, but you could make a twist to that generic element, if that makes sense?
Yeah. I'm with you. All right.
Just those 2 questions. A big up to the chat and everyone else.
Yeah, man. No, big up as always, man. See you next week, hopefully, man. Big up, bro. Right, let me see if I can get Cal in quickly. You there, bruv? See him there? You ready to jump in, bro? I can see you now. See you in the back. Come true.
There we go.
See him there? Yes, to just
again, no appreciation for the callers still.
All I see is let Cal in. I'm like, what? Do what? And then I know
I literally one finger on press or one finger on enter the studio. I was just like that. Nah, shout out, you guys are undefeated, man.
Yeah. So did you get a chance to hear the questions that changed?
I heard the first part of the question, not the second part.
All right, so the second one is, how would you take a topic or a genre and flip it on its head if you was the movie director or the screenwriter for something? So say, for example, I don't know, it's Frankenstein, but you would flip it and then make Frankenstein the good guy in the end, or like take what the narrative is and flip the narrative. And obviously, if you heard the first one, what concert or festival would you have the top 5 people and who would be your headline? So I don't know if you want to go first or.
But the 5 acts one is all right. So MJ is the headliner.
Okay.
Jay-Z is the co-main.
It's the undercard, you know. Oh,
yeah, the co-main. He's the co-main.
Co-main. I like that. Sounds better. Co-main. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna go Usher.
Right, this concert's gonna be all over the place, bro.
Say again.
This concert's gonna be all over the place.
Yeah,
There's gonna
so I
be
got-
people passing out. There's gonna be wet panties. There's gonna be gunshots. It's gonna be all over the place.
I'm gonna go Biggie.
Biggie not even being a headliner. Oh,
I know.
shit.
I got to think of one more in it.
Yeah, one more.
One more. I gotta go. I gotta go Bob Marley.
Oh yeah. All right.
I'm not gonna lie, that's fire still.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's one hell of a concert.
And they all interchange. They'll all overlap as well. So they'll do a song with each other before the next one starts their set as well.
Who is it? Jay-Z would be my headline. Jay Jigger would be my headline.
Have you seen Jay in concert before, Drift?
Yeah.
Fire.
Seen
him twice. Fire.
I was at the Carters, you know, with him and Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it was cool. It was called the Carters, wasn't it? The Carter tour. Yeah. I went to the Carter tour, so I got Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm not gonna lie though, like it's like Beyonce brought it down, and then I just waited for the turn up when Jay-Z came up, and it was mad. So Jay-Z would be my headline.
Still,
Huh?
I wouldn't have complained seeing Beyonce. Still, I saw Beyonce the first time I saw him at Wembley. I saw like when he did the Wembley concert. I think I was 17. It was who was it? I think Lupe Fiasco opened for him.
Okay,
and then it was him, Memphis Bleak, Nas, Beyonce.
Bro, that's a lineup, bro.
Yeah.
Nas and Beyonce as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Nas shut it down, I can't lie.
Do you know what this is? When I say this is tough, I mean this is tough.
Yeah, that's mad.
Snoop Dogg is my co-main.
I forgot about Snoop.
But can I cheat and say
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
Aftermath?
No, of course you can't, bro. That's like of course, you know you can't.
Like Rockefeller's the
cheat.
main act, yeah, and everyone.
Hold on,
under
you've got
the
not even
umbrella.
Jay-Z now, it's Rockefeller now as well, yeah.
It's the umbrella.
You think you're smart because Rockefeller's got Cameron and all them. No, Jim, you don't work.
Nah, this is tough. But Jay-Z is my.
I didn't even get Prince on the list.
Do you know what? See, this is the thing.
Don't
I
say it.
love
Don't say
these
it.
man, yeah.
Don't
No,
say
no,
it,
I
man.
love these man, but I don't think that I would want like 2 hours of them in concert. You know when you can love somebody, like it's a tough one. Yeah, I couldn't watch Prince for an hour. I think he's cold, but I couldn't watch Prince for an hour. I couldn't. I'm not a big enough fan. Yeah, I please don't come for me for that one. I'm not a big enough fan to like. I'm not. I'm just. I gotta be honest.
Prince is a G, you know.
I gotta be honest, bro.
I forgot James Brown as well. Oh,
Again,
too
James Brown's the
difficult.
man. He's the man, but I couldn't listen to James Brown for an hour live over like a lot of other people, brother. I just couldn't. Jay-Z is my main act. Snoop Dogg is my co-main. Dipset is my third.
No.
But the Dipset is a group, bruv. I'm allowed to use them as a group, bruv. They're a group, bruv. They're a group. That counts, bruv.
Go on then.
That counts. D-Block is my fourth.
Yeah, no. Here we go.
And then Busta Rhymes.
I forgot about Bus. Oh man.
And it's burning me. Oh no, hold on.
But no Kanye, no DMX.
I left Rick Ross out. I've got to squeeze Ross in.
No Ross.
I have to squeeze Ross in.
No Beres Hammond.
Fuck it. You know, I'm always gonna believe what I did was the wrong thing, so I'm just gonna leave
No
it.
Boys to Men. No Butcher Banton Dante. Beanie Man. No Beanie Man, bro.
No Cartel.
Bounty Killer, Mavada.
No, bruv, I've seen Cartel live. There's nothing like it, bro. There's
Of course,
nothing like
bro.
it. Yeah, do you know, let's move on because everybody we're gonna miss out is gonna be somebody. Because Bob, there's even ultimate performers like T.I. and people like that, where they are performers.
T.I.
If you watch them, it's about the entertainment value of what you're watching as well as the music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
How could I leave out Beanie Man for real? Oh, Jesus. Do you know what? Yeah, let's move on. My list, I don't know. I don't know my list. And yeah, how I would flip the narrative, I would want there to be a movie where it was something like the bad turned into the good or the good turned into the bad. To flip something on its head. So, like, for example, a vampire was the savior, whereas the whole time everybody thought the vampire was the bad one. I'd want to do a flip like that. I like when the reverse of what it's supposed to be is what it is. Normally the bad is the good, because there's always a message in there somewhere. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, or do you know what I mean? Like, take people at face value rather than having assumptions about them and all that kind of stuff. So I'd probably take like a horror genre and flip it where who you thought was the antagonist is really the hero or something like that.
Mine's kind of ready. My dream scenario is kind of written with the boys and Invincible, because you got Omni-Man and you got Homelander in it, and they're unbeatable, and they're bad guys, innit?
And they're doing what a real superhero would do, because a real superhero wouldn't be a nice person, would he? You got all these powers, you'd just probably be a prick about it.
It depends. All I know is Liverpool would win the league every season. If I was quad every single season. It would be rough. Oh, Jamrock, Garnet Silk, come on now, man. Jamrock, come on, man. Drift knows about me and my reggae, man.
Bro, it isn't possible to pick 5. It's not. Like, I gotta be honest, it isn't.
Ludacris. Got Ludacris as well.
Luda. Yeah, bro. You wouldn't be able to feel satisfied with only 5. You just wouldn't.
Nah,
you just wouldn't. We've got a couple people who requested for you to be here when they came on, as always. Mr. Popular in the building.
Not depending on my views.
Man, like Nettle's Army. What's going on, bro? Nettle, you there, bro?
I don't think you've added him yet.
Yeah. Well, I can see him on my screen.
Oh, I can't see him on mine.
Can the people see him? People, let me know. Can you lot see him? All right, let me bring him back in.
Do you want me to try?
Yeah, go on then. You try then.
What about now?
Yeah. You added me now.
Yeah. Right, I could see him on my one. That was nuts.
Nah, just
yeah, that
what
was
you
weird.
do? What's this, man? Trying to witchcraft me like Pogba now.
You trying to silence, man.
Man trying to do witchcraft, bro. Man trying to do witchcraft on me, man. You Paul Pogba now in disguise.
We got trust in brother.
Drifty, the reason why I asked for you to wait in it was because today, Drifty, I'm gonna make a somewhat of an apology. Now, last 2 weeks, I've called Henderson by Henderson, and obviously I meant it in a little bit of a banter way, and some of it was actually meant. But before I start, I want to say big up to Jordan Henderson for what he did in the Bournemouth match, 9-0. RIP to Olivia, a 9-year-old that was shot in their own home. Big up to my captain. In that scenario, I back him every single day of the week. That should never happen. To anybody that doesn't know, it was a 9-year-old girl in her own house that got shot by a stray bullet. Prayers to her family and all of that. And Jordan Henderson, he didn't have to do what he did, but he did. And big up to Liverpool and Everton for their collaboration with Ian Rush coming, and I think it was the Everton sporting director or somebody from the ambassador role. So big up to everything. And Jordan Henderson, what a man, what a human being. I've never disrespected him as a human being, nor will I ever disrespect him. My opinions on him as a football player, certain people can agree, certain people can't disagree. But the one thing that I'm not going to allow is somebody to tell me that Jordan Henderson is he's a bad guy or something, because he isn't. He's a great guy. Big up to my man, and I love him for what he did. Big up to Jordan Henderson. So Big up to that. So to the person that's calling me a a bell end, hopefully you see that's what I meant. But now it's time for the Kal cooking. I'm sorry, Kal. You're my guy.
Right.
Your name is in Kal's name. I have to come for you, bro. I have to come for you because
Alright.
you said something I don't agree with. And Drifty, you see this Drifty? Me and you were on good terms today because it's on today's Kal. Today's Kal, bro. Today's Kal's day. Kal.
Get the popcorn. Hold on.
Now, Kal, you made
Go
a
on.
comment. You made a comment about Julian Ward, and you put him in the same category as FSG and Klopp, and you are absolutely incorrect for saying that. Julian Ward doesn't get enough. I don't blame Julian Ward for any of the problems because you say that his job is to sell players and buy players at the right time and negotiate terms. Is that correct?
And sort out contracts as well.
Yeah, and negotiate contracts.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. And this is going by what you guys have said. If FSG are too stingy in the market to buy players and Klopp is too loyal to some player that doesn't want to sell them, what can Julia Ward do? Because because at the beginning of the summer transfer windows, I'm sure we all know that not FSG, Mike Gordon, Klopp, and Junior Ward, they come into the same room together and they always do season reviews of every single player. They look at what the player is doing. They look at the transfer market value, and they look at, are they going to be a help for us in the upcoming season? Now, if Klopp is coming there saying, out of a 25-man squad, I don't want you to sell any player except if their name is Nico Williams, potentially Nat Phillips, and a player here or there, what can he do? If Klopp is saying you cannot sell Naby Keita, you cannot sell Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, you cannot sell any of these players, what can he do? Now, I'll flip it on the other side for when it comes to buying players. If FSG are saying, because I don't know if it's FSG or Klopp, I don't know. It's maybe two of them in cahoots. But if FSG are saying you cannot sign a player unless it's on a loan with an option to buy, meaning that we still have the power in whether we activate or not, what can Julian Ward do? Again, another thing, if Klopp wants a player in Darwin Núñez and we can't sell a player, surely that means that Julian Ward has to negotiate the prices and bring it down. Now, I'll give you an example. The Arthur's signing was a loan with an option to buy for 37.5 million euros. And apparently we're going to buy him. If we choose to activate it, we can defer the payment to 2025. Do you think that's a smart deal or not, Kal?
From a business stance, it is smart.
It is very smart. So I don't blame Julian Ward for this because he can't be held to blame for Klopp's stubbornness and loyalty, because what can he do again? Because Mike, we can sit here and say Michael Edwards left because of 10 years. Serious question, guys. Do you think Michael Edwards left because he actually served his purpose in 10 years and he thought it was time to move on? Or do you seriously think that it was because maybe, just maybe, FSG were too hard to work with and Klopp was too hard to work with? Because I've sat here for a very long time. Me and you, Kal, we're on the same page. It's 50-50 with FSG and Klopp. 100% 50-50 on both of them. They're both very hard to work with. FSG are tight. We know they're tight. And Drifty, there's a difference between me and you. I've always said I am never going to back FSG. I can't back them. They are pricks. They are too stingy in the market for Liverpool Football Club. But I said this summer alone in isolation, it was more on Klopp than FSG. And I'll still stand by that, because 6 weeks ago, the scouting report told him we could have Matheus Nunes. He didn't want Matheus Nunes because he had all of these players fit. Then when Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain got injured, Naby Keita got injured, Thiago got injured, Curtis Jones got injured, and Henderson got injured, that's when he said, you know what? Now I need a central midfielder. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I don't blame Julian Ward for any of this. I just think it's very hard for him when Klopp doesn't want to sell a player. He can't go behind his back and force him to sell a player. And I can't blame him for the buying players because, again, if FSG are not giving him the funds, what can he do? That's why I say to anybody, we're not sell to buy, because we don't sell enough because that's Klopp's fault, and we don't buy enough because that's FSG's fault. You see what I'm coming with, Cal? We're not sell to buy, bro. So all I'm saying is, don't put Julian Ward in the FSGM club. Don't put him in there. Put him in his own separate entity, because you have to look at his job. He's the only person in Liverpool that I feel sorry for. The only person I feel sorry for. Because if Klopp was not loyal, we would do more in the transfer window this season, because we would have got rid of Naby Keita, Ox, and we would have bought in new players. And if FSG were less rigid in their transfer market policies, we would have bought in more players, regardless if Naby Keita and Ox left. So you have to look at both parts. But you know what? Big up to you, both of you. Listen, man, 30K, get these man to 30K, bro. These men are always on here doing everything they do for us. And, bro, big up to all of you, man. And Matt, I'm putting you on notice, man. I'm putting you on notice. Naby Keita's finished, bro. Weetabix FC, bro. I don't like that guy, man. Get him out of my club.
Weetabix FC. Nah, Cal's that army. Big up, man.
Big up, man. Big up.
You know what? I sit here and I say he makes points that I can't really argue with when it comes to Ward. When he breaks it down like that, I can't really sit here and argue with it. So hold my hands up. Apologies to Ward from my behalf. When it's broken down like that, I can't sit here and really rebuttal anything he said, because if Klopp's being stubborn and FSG aren't giving him the funds, then he kind of got nothing to work with. So what I said about Julian Ward, I take back. What I will say, it makes me worried about the reason why Edwards left, though. Because if Julian Ward is working in these situations and these conditions, this for me is probably why Edwards probably thought, yeah, it's time for me to move on.
Nobody leaves a job they're enjoying.
Well, it depends on where if he doesn't go anywhere next, then maybe. But if he does, then
he said he needed a sabbatical. That means you're exhausted, bro. Think about it. Anyone who takes a sabbatical is exhausted.
Ian Bill, yeah. I've got nothing left.
Oh man, yeah. Big up Taji. Say, hey bros, have a ba-la-la-la-la day.
Ba-la-la-la-la.
But yeah, man, we just gotta accept the facts, man. Edwards left because he was sick of being under those restrictions, man. That's what I think anyway. I know it's an assumption and you shouldn't make assumptions, but it's an educated assumption.
It is, to be fair. As I said, I can't sit here and say, nah, it doesn't make sense. It like the more this window's happened, the more I kind of feel as though might be that is the reason why I moved on. So yeah, no rebuttal to Cal's Netto Army there.
All right. So bringing in it. You know, I think my thing might be going mad because Cal's Netto Army is still in the background. And when you took him away from the thing, I think my one's playing up a bit for some reason. My laptop did say it needed to be reset. But obviously I can't reset it now. So that might be why. So yeah, if my one doesn't.
It took me a good little while to get in there. If you
yeah, I can see the thing as well. Your device needs to be restarted to install the updates. Select the time. I'm thinking that might be why it's going a bit funny, but hopefully it's all right. But yeah, if it starts to go a bit funny, too funny, let me know and I'll have to restart. I'll have no choice.
All right, cool. Go for it, bro. You can bring in the next person.
All right, let's hope it actually brings them in. Another person who wanted to wait for you. Has it come up?
To be fair, John, I've literally just got home, bro.
No excuses, Carl.
You say just a forfeit.
The thing I can't. Yeah, it has to be then because if I go up and put something on now, then I'm responding to what you're already wearing, which wouldn't be fair. So
no excuses, mate. No excuses. The barn ain't full.
You win. How you doing, brother?
All good, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope you're good.
Let me pause your time. How's the channel going, bro?
Channel's going quite well, mate. I've done 5 videos so far. I'm sitting on nearly 70 subscribers, sorry. It's going alright, man.
Cool. Get that
Well,
link. Get that link up shortly.
It's
Definitely
getting
do. I know you did a show with Luke the other day as well, innit?
mate, outstanding. I love that show.
Yeah.
That was a well needed show. That one. that was a good hour rant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that. So I felt that better afterwards as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
We got
sometimes
for us tonight, bro.
Yeah. FSG. I'm sorry, these guys need to get out of the club. These guys need to go. They have not backed the manager whatsoever. Right, for now, we'll get Arthur over the line. But to me, that screams panic buy. Don't get me wrong, he's a Liverpool player now, so I will always support a Liverpool player. But that is a panic buy. We can all see it's a panic buy. FSG need to go. They're not supporting the club. They're not supporting Clap. And people keep saying, it's not FSG, it's for money there to spend. Well, if there's money there to spend, then why is it not getting spent? I'm hearing that Clap wanted such and such a player, but the funds weren't there to match the value of the player. Clap came out himself and said that he can't spend what he doesn't have. So clearly there is no money being made available to Clap to go out and spend. So where's all this money that we made back off of Nunes? We paid 75 million for Nunes, right? But we made all that back. Where's that 75 million went to? And people will go, right, but FSG have improved the stadium. No, they haven't. Liverpool paid for the main stand themselves. The other stand is getting paid for. They're selling naming rights to that stand, so they're paying for that. Actual training ground. Axel paid for the training ground. They didn't pay for that. FSG have not spent a penny in this club. All they're doing is making money off us. If they sell us tomorrow, their whole brand, their whole global brand shrinks. They need us to grow their brand. Because let's face it, who outside America knows Boston Red Sox? There's not many people in the world that know about Boston Red Sox outside of America. Wherever you go anywhere in the world, everyone's going to know Liverpool Football Club.
That's facts.
So without us, they're nothing. Which is what makes me think, unfortunately, we're stuck with them for the long run because we make them too much money.
Yeah, 100%. They ain't got nowhere.
We can't compete with the big boys. I don't care what anyone says, we cannot compete with the big boys. We can't compete in terms of transfer fees. We can't compete in terms of wages. So where are we going to be in, say, 5-6 years' time when Newcastle eventually starts spending big dough? We need to face reality. Unless we start spending big dough and competing with these big teams in terms of wages and transfer fees, we're going to be left behind. We get left behind when the Premier League first started because we weren't smart enough. If we don't start competing and acting like a big club, we'll think we're a big club, but we're not acting like a big club.
Facts.
So for me, FSG need to go. Man United fans out there protesting against the Glazers, get Glazers out. Why are we sitting on our asses supporting these cowboys in America? What, because they saved the club? Fair enough, thank you very much. He did save the club. But are you going to be able to make this club compete in 10 years' time? If you look at it now, no, you're not. Because you're not letting us compete today.
I hear you, bro. We're going to chop that up now. John, you make some very good points, bro.
But as always, guys, respect, much love.
Pleasure. Yeah, and I'm going to put a link to your channel in the chat very soon as well. So
nice one.
We're going to get that channel growing as well, brother.
Hey, Kal, well, sort of tap out.
I got you next week. I should be more prepared next week.
Nice one. Respect, guys.
Bless you, brother.
Big up, man. Big up as always, bro. Big up.
Once again, we finish a call and I have no rebuttals to anything someone said. John said everything. Everything I feel about FSG, John said there. Boy, I think we might have someone to rebuttal him, though. Zabiri Delight.
Man's doing the
I wish you could see
warm-up,
him in
you
the
know?
background. Let me bring him in.
Yeah. Are you mind telling me?
This guy.
Listen,
I saw man doing the Uzma warming up, bro. I could hear the rock.
Nah, man, yo, nah, that's boiling my blood, man. Yo, my blood is boiling, man. Trust me. It was hard to listen. Shout out to Chainsaw. Shout out to Cal's Netto Army. Man, big up John, man. Shout out to John. But yo, they so close, but they don't want to accept the truth, man. And it's hard to watch, you know what I mean? Ran out of breath there. But yo, nah, let me just let me ask you, man, the thing. You ever seen I seen it on Jerry James. Shout out to Jerry. He got this consistency chart with intensity chart. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
Nah, I haven't.
I've seen
So
it on a
basically-
social media post, but I've not watched the show yet.
Yeah, so basically the consistency, it starts with a big loop and then it just peters out, maybe like 3 loops in. And then the consistency is almost like a DC sine wave. It's just pretty much consistent all the way across. So basically consistent intensity don't last as long as consistency. And it's translatable in any form of business. Like you can go out, invest a whole bunch of money, but there's no guarantee you'll make that money back. So then your business model crumble. That's like a Man U spending like, millions of dollars in one window, don't go anywhere. That's all loss. Because they didn't even make like top 4 when you're spending big. Chelsea doing the same thing. That model isn't sustainable. I don't even like the word model. But basically, when it comes down to FSG, like I get why people are frustrated because they're passionate about the club. But like, yo, it's not FSG. FSG doesn't do anything over here. And that's why they're upset. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing the Roman Abramovich, whatever that dude name is. They're just doing a business on the side. So when they call Klopp, I told you, man, July 1st, yo, Klopp, Salah deal is done. What do you need? And man went, nah, I'm good, They're not going to come over here and overrule Klopp and be like, I know you say you're good, but here's 2 players just in case. They're not going to do that. Because it's a trust thing, you know what I'm saying? Klopp might be influenced in saying that to be in good favors, but we can only speculate that. There's no evidence. There's no evidence that they're stingy. How can a stingy man drop that much money on Nunes? Klopp wanted Nunes. He got Nunes. So if he say, yo, what else you need? And Klopp is like, I'm quite good, Millie signed up, Salah signed up, I'm good. What man's supposed to do now? You come tell a man on the 25th, you ain't good. Yo, boss, it's looking a little shaky. I know I said this 2 months ago. What you got for me? Now they're scrambling. We should have never been scrambling. If Klopp knew and wanted a fix early, he would have got the fix. I'm not saying Klopp out, but what I want you, man, to understand, and I've been saying this, this is the biggest club Klopp has ever managed. And Klopp has never managed a dominant team. Can we be a dominant team? Yes. Have FSG managed a dominant team? No. So they're both new in this territory. All Klopp's mistakes is going to be found out now because this is new territory for man. He's never been here. He's never been here. So much so, here's the proof of this. He wasn't getting no Brazilians in Germany. Man come to the Premier League and it's like the number 1 criteria for any player is like, oh, is he Brazilian? Yep, sign him up. I'm lying? Nah, yo, check the map. Man came in and bought nothing but Brazilian. Like, yo, I've never had this before. I need this. Favela, never heard of this. Never seen this in Germany. I need this. This is number 1 criteria. Brazilian. Ooh, Coutinho left. Ooh, missed one there. Ain't gonna miss no more. So to me, it's like they're both in fresh territory. And what we as fans, we're also in fresh territory. Like back in the day, we never had these type of shows. Shout out to AFTV. They kind of paved the way, but let's not do what they did. They didn't do anything wrong, but it can be spin up as something wrong. Like they kind of drove and influenced the club negatively, but We potentially doing the same thing. We're talking about Bun FSG out. Some guy saying Klopp out. All I'm saying is, yo, check man ID. And I'm telling you, FSG just turned 21 in the club. You know what I'm saying? Klopp might be getting in with a fake ID. He just had 20. They've never been here before. This is new territory for everyone. Look at the fans. Some man is talking shit in the chat, can't even come on the screen and voice their opinion because they've never been here before. They've never had the opportunity. I'm in America. I'm in Queens. And I'm calling into some guys in England, man. I'm telling you, this is unprecedented. So we're all in new territory. You know what I'm saying? Just calm down, take a deep breath, take a sip of some juice, alcohol, bun a spliff, whatever you're doing, and just enjoy the ride, man. This is unprecedented times. I'm telling you, we're doing big things. You know what I mean? Klopp can shoulder some blame, FSG. As far as Julian Ward, I'm not going to speculate why Edwards left. If you're talking about no one leaves a good job, I've left plenty of good jobs. For dumb reason, good reasons, family. You know what I mean? Just needed to smoke a spliff and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I've left. Yo, I left a dope job in Dubai when I was like, what, 24, 25? I left because like sex was like a big violation of company policy and I had to lend up this Kenyan thing.
But that's a big reason.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying we don't really know the
other than family. Obviously, I know people leave good jobs for family reasons and relationships and stuff. But generally speaking, if you like where you are, you won't leave. But yeah, there's exceptions. There are exceptions. I get it.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. So when people coming in with the FSG, like I hear it, it's facts. Like Cal Nettle Army almost hit it. There's no evidence to suggest the man's won't release the funds. I'm telling you, it's a dance of dragons, man. Klopp tiptoe and try not to look bad because he can't come out and be like, yo, I fucked up. Because then FSG might look at him and be like, yo, you're not qualified for this job. I'm telling you, I'll go to jobs and see a lot of people mess up and they're like, yo, nah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I turned away for 1 second and then that happened. So Klopp isn't going to snitch on himself. This is new territory for everybody, both him and FSG. And they're just learning and growing with it. Are we impatient for the 30-year drought and shit? Yeah, we want to be back up there, but yo, it's not the time yet. The time will come. And I'm telling you, as long as Man City exists, it's going to be a long time still. It's going to be a long time. So what we're going to do, ask for oil money to come just compete with them, man? Nah, man, we good. We good. Them man is the anomaly. Roman Abramovich, them man is the anomaly. And what Man U are doing, look where they at. We're not where they at. So why would we go protest our owners? Look what they at. You see what I'm saying? So we can't just do what people are doing and normalize it. We just gotta, you know what I'm saying, appreciate what we got. Be fans, man. Be supporters. You know what I'm saying? So everyone, it's their opinion. It's valid. Some of it is hard to argue, but I'm telling you, Cal, you see the link I sent you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get them out, order a PI, send a PI over there, check that books, trace the thing back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Drifty saw it. Did you see it, Drifty?
No, I didn't.
All right, so let me give you an analogy because I ain't going to snitch on my owners. So let me give you an analogy, right? So I'm not technically signed up on Kop-Ish. So Drifty, that's like you saying, yo, Zabira, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you $100K, take you and your boys, go over to AC Milan, you know what I'm saying? Set up an AC Milan channel over there. Once you set up the channel, just talk about Kop-Ish. Just drive the traffic to Kop-Ish. Let them know we love Origi. Just drive the traffic to Kop-Ish. I never had any money to go over AC Milan, you know what I'm saying? But you gave me the money like, yo, now I got you. I'll pay for your flight, put you up in the hotel. Just every day you stream a video, just mention Kop-Ish. You know what I'm saying? Every time before we go live, just plug the video. So that's potentially what the man they're doing over there. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take over the right way, but it might not be so right, according to certain people. But there's no evidence to suggest they're doing it wrong either. So, but trust me, that's where the missing money is. You know what I'm saying? I've traced it out. There's no way, man, just get up with all that money and go there. Nah. So, Cal, send them the link. Let them see what's going on.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
You know what? I'll take that back. Don't send it to Drifty. I feel like Drifty will rat the man out.
Never that, bro.
Nah,
Never
Drifty,
that.
I feel like you wake up,
Never
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
Bro, I'm the number one backer. There's people who would snitch on Henderson by now, Millie by now. Come on, man. I'm the number one guy who ain't snitching, bro. You know that.
But anyway, Drifty, if you're low on cash, man, or you got your last £1,000 or whatever, call that man up, man. That man will tell you exactly where to put that to get back what you need. I'm telling you, the man is good. The man is good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just don't stop trying to force that out there, man. We good. Would it have been nice if we got a sugar daddy like them oil money and them Russian money? Sure, but trust me, man, that's not sustainable. You know what I mean? It's football at the end of the day. The best team on the pitch wins. FSG ain't responsible for that 7-2 at Villa. They're not responsible for that. They're not responsible for the 3 draws or the 2 draws and the 1 loss. They're not responsible for that. So it comes down to coaching. Still got to coach these players. You know what I'm saying? You can't have man coming off the bench banging in 2 goals so far and still have man on the bench. That's all I'm saying. That boy needs to be running that left side midfield. If Carvalho don't start against Everton, I'm protesting Klopp out heavy. His man is performing. Let the man shine. I don't care if he's a kid. Let him go, man. Take the leash off some of these guys, man. Let them run, man. It's football at the end of the day. The best team will win. Look at Leicester. Are they the best team in the country when they won? Nah, but they'll play some sexy football, man. Some hoofballs at time. That's what football is, man. This fan over critiquing the owners. Yo, leave that alone, man. Y'all not business owners. You know what I'm saying? Let them do the owning thing and rack up the money. The club worth is going up. I don't care how much player we don't sign. You know what I'm saying? The things is looking good, man.
That's money for them, though, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Every time the value goes up, that only benefits
them, bro.
That's money for the players. That's money for the staff. That's money for people like the throwing coach and the swim coach and you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about the club value, bro. Because remember, that only counts when you sell, and the only person who benefits when they sell is them, bro.
And the investors, you know what I'm saying? You got to put money in, Drip. That's all I'm saying.
I want this link.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put your money where your mouth is. That's all I'm saying. How you supporting this, but you ain't supporting it?
Yeah, I want this link.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put your money in. That's all I'm saying. You can't just be out talking about you support it, you buying the merch, and you ain't getting nothing back. You got to put your money in there, man. That's all I'm saying. You see the pot growing.
I want this link. We're gonna have to talk. I want this link.
You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, they doing all right. It's just a new territory, and we're impatient. I'm not saying it's a process because I'm not in the process, but it's new territory for the owners, the coaches. They've never been here, man. And no team has ever gone up against the Man City like this. They're an anomaly, I'm telling you, man. That's crazy. So we can't all want that Man City effect. You know, we got good things going, man. We still running them down for 1 point. So, I mean, a few right decision here or there, we might have won it. That's all I'm saying.
Boy,
dude.
As always,
Sabiri.
As always, man.
Yo, as my owners, man, yo, Drip, yacht money is over there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna talk, bro. we're definitely gonna talk, bro.
Yo, put it like this. I left a good job in April. I haven't worked since April.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk. 100%.
So I'm just saying, some context. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
some context.
It's enough context for me, bro. We're gonna talk.
100%. Yeah, but nah, big up you, man. Hey, keep it pushing. Yeah, shout out to John, man. He ain't liking these boys, but I'm telling you, John put 1,000 in and saw 10,000 like in 3-4 months. He be singing a different song, you know what I'm saying? So, John, if you're watching, stop buying them training kits, stop buying them kits, you know what I'm saying? Buy the right things, you know what I'm saying?
And we move.
Yeah, we move, man. We move. Big up, boys.
No, big up, man. Love, big up.
What a legend.
You know, yeah, we definitely need to talk. And you know what? One thing I will agree with is that it's new territory. I do agree with that. I do. Zabiri makes a lot of sense with that. But learning on a job is difficult, man.
It is.
Jamrock knows about them links as well, yeah? We need to talk. We're going to talk. Me, you, Jamrock, Zabiri, we're going to talk.
We got you now, innit?
Yeah, I'm intrigued. My brain and my wallet is very intrigued. We're gonna talk. Cal's Natawami's still in my thing, bro. Is my thing still messing up? Is Nettle's army left your thing?
Yeah, he left ages ago.
Oh yeah, I don't want to have to reset it because then I'm not going to get back in. But my thing's
give it
out.
Give it a few more callers and then we'll reset it once the numbers go down a bit.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna get the next caller in. Baby Assassin, can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, bro. How you doing?
Good, thank you, bro.
Good, man. What's on your mind, bro?
So, transfer window is shut. I want to ask you, who do you think the top 3 teams in the Premier League, according to who are the best transfer windows, top 3? So, and then, if you could have one dream boxing match, like in the current boxers, what would you want it to be? Like other than the obvious ones, like Usyk versus Fury, Spence versus Crawford, like other than these obvious ones, like what I would want to see is like probably Gervonta versus David Haney. I think that would be. And I don't want to see Gervonta fight Ryan Garcia because I think Ryan Garcia is in for a very big reality check. I think that guy is starting to believe his own hype. He's starting to believe his own hype. If he finds Tank, he's gonna get the smoke, 100%.
Facts.
So because if we look at it, Ryan Garcia, does he even beat Lopez? I don't think so. No. Does he even beat Lomachenko? I don't think so. Does he beat Cambyses? I don't think so.
No, probably not.
Yes, so I mean, like, he straight away wants to fight Davis. He's probably the best lightweight in the world right now, probably.
Yeah.
So that's my second question. And my third question is, although it is a little bit 2 week past away, I want to know a prediction of Canelo versus Triple G3. because I am, as much as I love Canelo, I want Triple G to win because he got robbed in that first fight. He got robbed. He should have won that first fight. I'm angry about that, man. I'm angry about that. And the second one was, second one was very close. Although, okay, if you give it to Canelo, I'm alright. But the first one, man, Triple G should have won it. So I want to know your prediction on that. Right? So these are my 3 questions.
Yeah, big up, bro. I think you stirred the pot with that third question, though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Kyle argue about this all the time. Yeah.
No, we need to sit down and do a watch long of the first 2 fights and score them again. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Well, we need to watch long for the third one. That's what we need to do.
Nah.
Yeah. Hey, my man Canelo.
We'll check that out, baby Assassin.
Yeah,
thank you so much,
bro.
Yeah.
Big up.
Thanks for bringing me. Thank
you, bro.
Yeah, if only people knew how many arguments you and me have had about Triple G and Canelo, it was not even funny, bro.
Can I just rip the band-aid off? Triple G winning his third fight still.
Yeah. Say it again, bro. Say it with chest, bro.
He's slowed down still. I watched him in his last fight. He slowed down, and Canelo ain't slow.
That's
Canelo go whack him up still. This could be the first stoppage of Triple G's career.
But we whacked him up the first and the second time, bro. Yes, he did, bro.
No, he didn't.
He did, man.
No, he didn't.
I mean, hey, look, he won the first. He won it.
Nah, I think he stops Canelo. I think he stops Triple G this time. I think it's emphatic as well.
I do find it a little bit weird that they're having a third fight. I think the second fight was all we needed to know. Do you know what I mean? Like the third fight.
I feel like you're doing this just to wind me up. I can't lie.
No, bro, the third fight ain't necessary, bro. The second fight was all we needed to know.
No, it weren't.
It was, bro. He got revenge for Kell Brook, and that was it. We moved.
I think Canelo stops him devastating fashion this time.
Mad thing is, I don't actually think that far. I don't think he's just gonna like knock him out or anything, but
I think he'll be referee stepping in saying enough's enough.
What I'm worried about from a Canelo point of view is I think Canelo is burning himself out a bit. I think he's fighting too often. Because what you got to remember is there's a lot of mileage in the clock. He had about 50 amateur fights before he became a professional.
Yeah.
And he's definitely been the most active professional that I can think of in the last decade. I think he might be like rinsing himself out.
I don't. I think he's about to cash out soon, I think. That's why he's
But
fighting.
he should though, bro. Like I think he's been in the game too long, bro. I do.
Yeah, he'll cash out soon.
I genuinely and again, bro, it's not just because Canelo's my guy. He's doing what we love to see to prove he's great, but the body can't keep going up and down the weights like that. Do you get what I mean? Like normally someone will be
you have horse meat, you're all right, innit?
Look at this guy.
Do you know, all jokes aside, I'm not even gonna shade Canelo, bro. Like he's up there as like one of the best in this generation easily, and he can sit at a table of greats along history as well. Like Canelo's a G. No, like I can't even sit here and like I can do the banter stuff, but Canelo's a real G. Like I have to. Do I think he's won some? Like I don't think he won the 2 Triple G fights, but barring that, and obviously the Floyd fight, he lost against Lara as well. But for me, the fact that he still fought all these lot, giving a good account of himself in all these fights.
Hold on. Triple G 2.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do this again, Carl.
We are.
Even if you want me to give you the benefit of the doubt for the first one, there is no doubt in the second one.
No, I disagree. I think
we're gonna do this again. We ain't got we can't do this in front of the people.
I swear to God, I'm not even trying to wind you up. I swear to God.
No, I know you're not, because I'm getting flashbacks of all the arguments we've had, bro. Let's not do this in front of everyone. No.
Yeah. Let's not argue in front of the kids.
Yeah. Let's not. Oh man.
Dream boxing match. To be honest, for me, it's Spence Crawford.
I was going to say, I think we might be getting the dream one right now.
Yeah,
like, I think we might. All right, no, there's 2 for me. It would have been Mayweather and Pacquiao when they were both
he's
late
talking about
20s
current.
and early 30s.
Maybe the current. He said current.
Oh, I thought you meant like of all time.
No,
current. Current. I'm gonna be cheesy as hell. I want Wilder Joshua or Fury Joshua. I know it's cheesy, but I just want one of those fights. I do.
I don't think we'll get Fury Joshua. I think we'll get Wilder Joshua.
Yeah, because it's the battle of the 2 people who lost their belts kind of thing.
Yeah, I genuinely believe Fury will fight Usyk, win all the belts and retire. And then
so do I
think
they'll have a money fight. Because it's still a massive money fight.
No, I just think Tyson will retire and give up all the belts, innit? And then I think we'll see Joshua.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see them fight, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's so obvious that Usyk would completely outskill Wilder, do you think Wilder would still catch him and he would be too small for Wilder?
The thing with Wilder is, I actually think Usyk would find it easier fighting Wilder than Joshua. The danger is the danger's there more for Wilder, obviously, because he catches you once and you're done, innit? Unless you're Fury, you're done.
Yeah.
But I think Usyk's movement will just put him in a range where Wilder won't get to him.
I do get what you're coming from. I think the only difference, though, is Joshua has become more and more scared to pull the trigger. And if there's one thing we know, that Wilder's never scared to pull the trigger. And if Joshua had have been a bit more aggressive, you never know if it might have overwhelmed Usyk.
Shall I tell you what it is? A lot of people say that. And again, I can only speak from the experience I've had from sparring. But I've sparred smaller people than me and thought, I'm just going to walk them down and just whack them up. Bro, I'll be honest with you. When they start changing angles on you and hitting you from angles and hitting you, but where you don't even realize they're hitting you, it's not even you become gun shy. You're trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
I know, but he's had 24 rounds now.
Bruv, it don't make a difference, bruv. I'm telling you, bruv, man to man, I've been whacked up by people way smaller than me, bruv. Like, I'm talking about.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
Changed me as a person, bro.
No, I get what you're saying, but I still believe that the power and the size advantage was never utilized from Joshua. I know we don't have the skill base, but he didn't utilize the power and the reach and the.
I can't explain how hard it is, and you become more frustrated because you think to yourself, if I land on this person, I know it's done. I know it's done. I know I'm gonna hurt him. But bro, when someone's in and out and they're just hitting you from a place where you're thinking, yeah, I'm safe here, and if you come any closer, I'm gonna be able to get you, and they hit you and they're out. But it's humbling. That's the best way I can. It's humbling. Bro, it's humbling, bro.
I hear you, but
it's giving me flashbacks now, bro.
I hear you, but I know Tyson Fury is a better boxer than Joshua, but when everybody watches how he uses his size and his reach advantage the way Joshua should have, it's going to be so obvious what Joshua did wrong.
No, because he's got better footwork than Joshua, so it's a difference.
No, I definitely agree with that.
And he's got better head movement.
But Joshua should have taken his size and his reach advantage and capitalized on it by adding those skills during fight camps. That's that, especially the second one when he's already had experience and he knows, learn a new trick, switch something up a bit. Joshua didn't do enough for me to get those belts.
I'll be honest. I'm not talking about what happened after the fight. The actual fight itself, I think Joshua gave a really good account of himself.
For the first 3 or 4 rounds, I agree, and then after
for the whole fight, he was outmatched by a better boxer. Like, it happens. Like, I can't even be mad at Joshua when people are sitting there going, Joshua's dead, bruv. Usyk cleared out cruiserweight and he's almost cleared out heavyweight. He's an anomaly.
Yeah. Joshua ain't dead. That's a fact.
Usyk does this to the majority of people in the history of boxing. You can argue your Lennox Lewis's and your Holyfields and that, but that was the creme de la creme era, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was Holyfield, Lewis, Tyson. Them man just had heavyweight on lock in a different way. Usyk's a problem. Usyk gives any fighter
Usyk's a G still. But I think Tyson Fury is going to make Usyk look easy.
Yeah, but who hasn't Fury made look easy when he's actually been switched on?
That is true.
Because remember, the only reason why the Fury Wilder was back and forth is because Fury thought he knew he had to walk him down and take a couple licks. If he wanted to make it a boring fight and just outpoint Wilder, he could have done it.
Oh, in the third fight, you mean?
Oh, in any fight.
Because in the first one, what he was doing.
In the first fight, no, because he was still come back to fitness. The second two, he could have done it easy. And again, that's
in the second fight, he did do it easy.
Yeah, but even in the second fight, like, Wilder still caught him a couple times. But Fury's just a guy, man. Like, Fury ain't gonna take risks against. He will jab his face off, switching stances. He will.
Yeah. It's gonna look easy. It's really good.
Don't expect a stoppage in that fight. He is going to jab his face.
No, he will stop him. He'll stop him in the last 3 rounds. I think he'll punch his face off for the first 9, and then I think he'll put the pressure on him in the last 3 and knock him out.
Maybe.
I see Wilder knocking.
Tell you what, if Usyk wins that fight, we're having a big conversation about.
If Usyk beats Fury, he's goated, bruv.
We may have to be having a conversation about goats at the table.
Yeah, bruv. If he beats Fury, he's goated, bruv.
So
without a doubt.
The last question was which 3 Premier League teams have had the best transfer window?
Just purely going off names and paper: Man U, Man City, West Ham.
Oh,
I say West Ham. I say West Ham because I don't believe anybody thought they could do what they've done. I think they've actually really done well to get players, especially Paqueta, that you would have never thought they could have got. And I'm not being shady in any way, but I only believe Arsenal's transfer window looks as good as it is because Pep did Arteta a favour. No other club in the league he would have let Zinchenko and Jesus go to. If that was Tottenham, if that was Liverpool, if that was Man, if it was any other club, he would have said no. He just did his boy a favour. So still, they've got the player, but if you're getting a favour, it's easier, innit? And if people could say I'm a hater, it's definitely a favour. Guardiola has 100% done Arteta a favour, letting him have them 2 players.
I think that's a little harsh still. Shout out to Luke. Yeah, 100% Luke. We got that locked in. If Usyk wins, we got that locked in. For me, it's Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City.
Oh, I forgot about Chelsea. I forgot about it.
So I'll let you into a little joke. Obviously, I got a WhatsApp group and all that. And Aaron, who jumps in our chat quite a lot, he's a Chelsea fan. So imagine I asked everyone in the group today, just from like a rival's perspective, what everyone gave their window out of 10. And I think Aaron gave his one like a 7 or something like that. I'm telling you, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool fans all in the group. We just jumped on him hard. We were like, bruv, you've just come out the window with Koulibaly, Cucurella, Sterling, Aubameyang, Chukwuemeka. Who else? I think there was someone else as well.
Zakaria.
I was like, brother, that's a hell of a window still.
Yeah,
and
no, you're right.
For Farner as well.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Chelsea have had the best window. You're actually right. Yeah, you're right.
You want to go Toys R Us every week for the new toy. I was like, you've been spoiled.
Yeah, no, you're right. I changed that.
Here he is. Just allow it. No, Aaron, you're getting called out, bro.
No, you're right. I actually changed it. I swapped Chelsea with West Ham.
Oh,
Chelsea, Man U, and Man
phenomenal.
City have had the best window. Yeah, you're right. You're
Man
right.
City's window, I think, has been brilliant. They've addressed everything I think they needed to address. Could have maybe gone for a midfielder, but if you're nitpicking, but that Haaland alone is an 8 or 8.5 out of 10.
No, Man City's window's been impeccable.
And then Arsenal as well. I'm surprised seeing so many Arsenal fans dumping on their team for what they've done in the window, especially for not being a Champions League team as well. I get another
being a bit spoiled now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised by the outside looking in. I'm surprised because I think they've really done well in the window to the point where I ain't really calling them learners anymore at the moment. Like I'm waiting to, but I can't at the moment because they're doing well at school. So, but yeah, let them slip up and I'll be back on the boat. You know me.
But if Man United beat them, then
I am waiting.
It's all come crashing down. I mean, they'll still be top of the league.
It's my week on the Prem Panel show as well. yeah. Anyhow, Lee and Arsenal let the thing down.
No, but the thing is, Lee's disgruntled at the moment. Actually, no, he's not. I heard what he said.
He's back today, man. We saw him in the
he's back. Yeah,
back
he's back.
today. Back to his shameless ways. Right, let's get the next caller on. Neji H. You're on mute, Neji. Still on mute, bro? Neji? Can you hear us, Neji? All right, Neji, we're going to put you back in the background, and then we'll bring someone else on, and then bring you guys, bring someone else in, and hopefully you'll be able to sort out any issues you have there. Bayesian Barnes.
Fellas.
What's happening, bro?
We got the derby tomorrow.
We do indeed, my brother.
So I heard that question a little bit earlier with the concert. Callie, you're going to like this one. I'll start the show off with Garnet Silk.
Aye.
Follow up with Sizzla.
Aye.
Third, Buju.
Aye.
Fourth, Dennis Brown.
Dennis Emmanuel.
and then I finish it off with Bob Marley.
Yes. I'm going, man. Wait, where's the tickets? I'm
telling me. I saw Dennis perform live in Barbados, and let me tell you, that was a concert to remember.
My mum saw him. My mum seen him, and she was like, "Yeah, fantastic."
Yes, 100%. But yeah, tomorrow derby. Let's see what happens.
Barnes. No Barris.
Not for that lineup.
Okay,
I love Barris, but not for that lineup.
Barris is my guy still. Barris.
Seen him too. Barris is good. But I wouldn't put him there. I got Garnet Silk for that. A little more silkier. You know what I mean?
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. What you got for us this evening, brother?
But look, a couple weeks ago we talked about it, and I told you guys I had my defibrillator, and I was laughing the other day seeing the fan reactions, and the dude said he's having a heart attack. I'm telling you, FSG should pay for defibrillators for all Liverpool fans all over the world, because we're going to go through some serious heartaches this year. It's going to be.
The Liverpool fans should come with a health warning, bro. I'm not even
Well,
joking.
Agreed. I agree with you. I told you guys I don't know if my heart can take it, but we'll see. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. I want to see who's gonna start tomorrow. I think Simi should start in the left back position. To be honest with you, give Rover a little bit of a break. But Drift, you think Darwin starting or Bobby? I prefer Bobby to be starting. To be honest with you, tomorrow.
I think Bobby's earned the right to start, bro. I genuinely do, and it'd be nice to have a weapon on the bench if we need to change the game with half an hour to go. If I'm not mistaken, Bobby's got, is it 3 or 4 assists and 3?
Yeah, 3 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah, 3 goals and 4 assists in 4 games. The boy's on fire. He deserves to play, man. He deserves to play. 100%. Like he's arguably one of the most informed players in the whole league.
I would have to say that. But here's a question for you guys before I go, because I know a lot of guys want to still get on. That Man City game with Haaland with the high boot, that reminds me so much of the Mane red card on City. I'm telling you right now, he's a lucky boy. The Prem is abysmal. He should have been sent off, and he would not have had 9 goals because he came back and scored 2 in that game, if I'm not mistaken, and then a hat trick after. So, you know what? He's a tall dude already, and with your foot that high, it should have been automatic red. They got away with 1, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Well said, bruv.
Big up, fellas.
Big up to you,
bro. Big up as always, G.
Smash a like, peoples.
Thank you, man.
Big up, man. Love as always.
Care,
big
bro.
up, G.
The legend, Bayesian Barnes. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Haaland didn't get sent off because it's Haaland and Man City.
Hey, Bayesian said it, man. There was absolutely no difference between that and what Mane did. Like they.
And I'm not even sitting there saying it wasn't malicious or anything like that.
No, it wasn't. But neither was Mane's.
Exactly. Red card.
It's dangerous play. It's accidental, but it's dangerous play. You kick somebody in the face.
Yeah.
And he would have had a 3-game ban, but it is what it is, man. We move. Yeah. There's certain people that will be protected. Man City's got. I mean, if anybody can explain to me,
club is protected. Let's be honest.
If anybody can explain to me how Fernandinho was a Man City player for about 8 years or whatever it was, and doesn't have like 42 red cards, you can't explain it to me, bro. That guy used to get 8 yellow cards per game and was never sent off.
Yeah. Also, Rodri last season with the handball and all that.
Man City are a protected species, I guess.
They are.
Money, 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 money.
Money. Shout out to Mike from Blue Boys Network. We did the preview earlier. I agree. I think Tsimikas should start. I think Bobby should start. I think Bobby will start, but I think Robbo will definitely start over Tsimikas.
Yeah, because it's a derby and it's going to be like a battle. And I must agree. I think Robbo is more who you need in a battle than Tsimikas.
I'm going to be real. Tsimikas don't really shy away either, though.
He doesn't, but you know what Robbo's like.
Yeah, Robbo's battle hardened. Yeah, Robbo.
Yeah, Robbo don't take no shit, bro.
Yeah. Probably dishes it out in games like this.
Yeah, bro, he does. So for that reason, I think it wouldn't be a bad thing for Robbo to get the nod, personally. Yeah. But Tsimikas deserves to play. He does.
Another player who's meant to be back on the bench, Diogo.
Bro, this is big, man.
Massive.
Big. Klopp said it's the first time he's had 5 forwards all season. So it's a big deal, bro.
It's massive still. Massive.
I wouldn't play him, and I don't think Klopp will. Don't risk him. Give him time.
Yeah, if we're winning the game, we don't need to bring him on.
But even if we're not winning the game, I think it's too big of a risk. He's only been in training today and yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think I think he should have another week of training and then play next weekend. I wouldn't even play him in the midweek game, to be honest.
Yeah.
We need to make sure he's back fully fit. Don't risk him. He had a
and
setback
manages
before.
Minutes, even when he is fit, manages minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah. Boy.
Gonna get our next caller in. Mark A. You're on mute, Mark.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey.
Oh
yeah. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, this season's tacky. It's things I was seeing like league title talk before the season, and I don't know why. I don't know what fans drank the Kool-Aid, the community shield, because I just couldn't see it happening. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, we all got caught out with that.
Yeah, fans
we
got
did.
ahead of themselves, man. Even Jamrock, bro. I kept asking it every stream, "Are we winning the league? Are we winning the league?" Then like a couple of streams ago, he just committed. He said, "Yeah, it's not looking good, but yeah, very techy." I want to talk about injuries. There's logic. There's logic. When Klopp comes out in presses and complains about injuries, he's contradicting himself because he's a big factor in injuries. Poor rotation, style of play. What else I was going to say?
Training.
Yeah, training regime. This guy's doing double sessions before pre-season games. Like, it's madness. So Klopp is a big problem when it comes to injuries. And yeah, I just don't see how it's going to change, because like I said, it's his principles. It's not him as a person per se. It's just his principles. And, Klopp is quite stubborn. He's going to stick with those principles. So the injuries will continue. And that's just what it is. The game against, who do we just play? My memory's gone.
Newcastle.
Yeah, so still, man. I was so bored, but luckily Carvalho saved us. Just a question on Carvalho. Do you think Klopp will keep him as an impact player? Because obviously I think he has starting quality. He's a phenomenal player. Him and Elliot are just a joy to watch, but I think Klopp will likely keep Carvalho as an impact player and he'll come off the bench and just keep impacting games. And then with the whole Robertson thing, I don't know if it's a decline. I don't know what's happened, but I think the team has kind of evolved past him. I think we need a fullback who's competent in half spaces. Robertson doesn't have that technical ability, so he's quite predictable. He's just going to be on the touchline, and when he's in the half spaces, he looks very, very uncomfortable. I've seen, even his teammates don't want to have passed him. So, has the team kind of evolved past Robertson? Do we need a fullback who's competent on the touchline and in half spaces? Tsimikas. Especially when most of the teams we play nowadays are low block teams. I just think Robertson's just a bit too predictable, and it's not solely down to him. Klopp doesn't want to rotate him. Again, Drifty said Robertson will likely start. Again, that's what I'm talking about with injuries. Rotate before injury. But it's going to continue, isn't it? I don't
I'm gonna lie, Mark. That Robbo shout hit me for 6.
No, it's just a suggestion. It's not.
No, I know.
Yeah, just a suggestion. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man.
Drifty's head gone. I'm not gonna lie. I do see logic in what you're saying, even if I don't necessarily agree with it. Drifty's head's gone, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The mad thing is, I think my head's gone because I can see the logic in what Mark's saying.
I think we're seeing with Arsenal, Zinchenko and Tierney. It's similar, I think. Tierney's slowly going to get phased out, I think. Look, I don't want Robertson completely phased out, but Tsimikas has to play a lot more games, especially against low block teams.
Boy, well, we'll chop that up now, Mark.
Yeah. Do you know, I was going to talk about Milner, but I'll let it slide, man. Drift, you're lucky.
About who,
if I speak, I'll be in big trouble. Milner. If I speak, I'll be in big trouble.
Oh, yeah. I like you, Mark. Let's
I'll let it slide, man. You're lucky. That's quite lucky. Because some of the stuff you've been saying, very questionable.
Let's stop now, bro. Let's stop now.
You're lucky. You live another day, man. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Mark,
big up as always, bro.
Yeah, big up.
Big up, bro. Do you know what's mad about what Mark was saying, bro? Is I do get
Mark
the logic
to football as well. That's what's
Mark knows his stuff. I do get the logic, and what I think it might be a case of, Cal, is I don't think we've outgrown Robbo, but I think maybe Robbo should only play in games where we're going to be a bit more defensive. And I think if it's a game where we're going to be a bit more offensive, I think he's right. I think Robbo's become too predictable because he's got wonderful crossing, but we know that's what he's going to do because there isn't much else to his game. And that isn't even a slight on him because there's very few fullbacks in the world who are a Marcelo, for an example, who are skillful and can do all that kind of stuff. That's a rare thing.
Yeah.
And we've kind of got one in Simicast is a bit more skillful. He is a bit more two-footed. He is less predictable. And I think from an attacking point of view, Mark does have a point. I think if you're coming up against a team where you want to be defensive, you want Robbo in there all day. If you want to be attack-minded, though, I think Simicast is the one who should play. I agree. And we do have to vary it up. Them low-block teams, I think Simicast is better suited to playing against than Robbo. I do. That's a fact.
Been saying this since last season.
It's tough. It's tough to say.
We've evolved past. I wouldn't say we've evolved past Robbo yet, though. But
we haven't. No.
His minutes need to be managed, and against low block, it's got to be Simicast.
And I don't even think it's a coincidence that the player who runs the most in our team is the one whose form is so inconsistent.
Erratic, yeah.
Firmino, Henderson, Robbo. Nobody runs more than those three. And nobody has ran more than those in Klopp's era. Nobody. Mane could probably go in there as well because of his defensive work. But if you go back to the beginning, if you go back to the 17-18 season and you go through the whole of the Klopp reign, Robbo, Hendo, and Firmino have ran more than anybody. They're the ones who we're always moaning about the form and their drop-off and all these other things because they're knackered. And I'm not saying other people haven't ran, but nobody's ran like those three. Nobody. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think you've definitely got to manage the game, manage their minutes, 100%.
Regarding the injuries, I think it's a very easy fix. I'm going to make it sound more simple maybe than it is, but if we're a team that's getting loads of injuries because of the training regime, it's one or two options. Personnel, i.e. squad players and players in general, have to be changed more regularly, or you have to change the regime. You cannot continue to run these players into the ground. You either change players more regularly where it becomes a bit more of a revolving door policy, or you change the training regime. There's no compromise on it. These are human beings, they're not robots. There's no compromise.
Not only that, Cal, what are our sports science team doing? Because it clearly can't be good for you to be doing double sessions when you've just played a football match in pre-season.
No, I hear that, but isn't that Klopp as well saying, because remember there's been times where Trent was on red last season, they said.
No, but Klopp gets his advice from them though, right?
Yeah, but if they're saying to Klopp, he's on red.
What is that a thing? Like, did they tell him not to play him and Klopp still played?
I can't remember which. It was quite a big account on Twitter. They basically posted saying, "Oh, it's basically Trent was playing in the red zone or something like that." And
but were the sports science team telling Klopp not to play him?
No, they can't tell him not to play him. They were just saying he's on red,
advising him to.
No, but Drift. If I tell you Drift, if I say Drift, the car says I've only got 10 miles of petrol, and you go, I'm gonna drive to Brixton. I'm gonna be like, you might not get to Brixton, bro. You probably shouldn't. But if you're saying, "Cow, it's my car, I'm gonna drive," then
no, that's what I'm saying. I do think Klopp's got a whole blame if they were basically telling him, "Look, Trent should be rested," and he wasn't resting him. Then that's on Klopp. I'm not gonna argue that. Like, that's a fact. But they must be telling him not to do these double, triple session things in pre-season, man. Now, what the hell?
You'd think so.
That's why we look so leggy.
Carvalho, will he remain an impact player or a starter?
He'll force his way in like Jota did.
Shall I be honest with you? This is where the midfield situation really annoys me. If Elliott wasn't playing so well, Carvalho would be starter right now. But Klopp knows, as things stand right now, him going with Hendo or Fabinho at the base and Carvalho and Elliott in the 2-8 positions is a massive risk and too much pressure to put on these kids' shoulders. Hence why if we had another player, let's say it was someone more experienced, they could go on the right and Carvalho could go on the left, and then they could rotate it. Klopp won't play them together when really and truly that's the only way right now. But Elliott, at the moment, is undroppable.
He's been our best.
I was going to say,
apart from Bobby, he's been our best player this season.
I'd even say, including Bobby, I think Elliott's been our best player this season.
It's a toss-up between the two of them, in my opinion. I think Bobby's one of the most informed players in the league. Elliott's been brilliant. So
that's the last two games. I'd arguably say the Palace game, Elliott was our best player. The Man United game, I think he was our best player. the Bournemouth game, Bobby was our best player, but Elliot again was phenomenal. And then the game against Newcastle, I had Elliot as the man of the match as well. I think Elliot's been our best player.
Yeah, you make a good case still. You make a good case.
So he can't be dropped right now, but you can't play him and Carvalho in midfield right now. I don't think.
I think you can. I think you can if you've got the balls. I really do. I think if you let Flacco sit at that base of the team, and you make sure that Robbo and Trent don't advance too much to make sure we have some defensive shape, I think you could unleash Carvalho and Elliot. I do. I just don't know if Klopp's brave enough to do it.
I don't even know if it's bravery drift. It's
Elliot works, bro. It's not like he doesn't trap back and stuff. So he will defend.
Nothing to do with their work rate or anything. For me, it's about age and experience. Why I think Klopp would be a bit hesitant to do it, and I can understand why. I understand
I understand it. Yeah.
One thing having one inexperienced player in the midfield, to have two, especially when we know how important our midfield is for the overall team. I think it's
obviously dependent on the opposition as well, though. Do you get what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that you do it against big boys. I'm saying you do it in a game where, like a Bournemouth, for an example, without disrespect. See, in a game like that, sample it out, see how it goes. You know what I mean? We might not necessarily need to be as worried about their experience and that kind of stuff. I think it depends on the opposition. I wouldn't go to Goodison and do it. I think Milner needs to be in there to have that elder head because they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be trying to rough us up.
I hope I'm not jinxing it. I really worry for Elliot in this Everton game, not from a technical standpoint. I think they're going to target the kid, and I pray to God we come out of that game without any injuries.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm actually really, really worried for Elliot because I feel as though they're just going to be overly aggressive with him.
Yep. They will, bro. I'm worried too.
Right, let's get the next caller in. Cal, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you guys?
Not too bad, bro. How are you?
What's going on, bro?
It's been a while, quite a while.
I know.
It has, man. What's good,
basically
man?
The whole summer I haven't been here. So I kind of want to talk about...
You're not Julian Ward on the side, are you?
I would have got a better midfielder. I want to talk about the midfield situation. I'm a bit surprised how you reacted yesterday, Cal, with Arta.
Okay.
Because a couple of weeks you've been saying we won't get any midfielder at all. And I feel like Arta is better than none at all. So I feel like deep down you thought we still would. I think your reaction yesterday was like you had some deep rooted pain because you thought there was going to be like a De Jong come last minute. But because like if you thought no one's going to come in, I think you would have been happier. That's my opinion. And how shameless will you be if Arta does like a 10 out of 10 on his debut? How shameless will you be?
I told you, more shameless than you've ever seen. Like, I'll take it to
Shit, if I do it.
I genuinely I'll be worse than the Naby one. I'll be worse than anyone you've seen. It will be. You'll all probably look at me sideways and be like, is this guy even a truthful person anymore? Is Callum even his name? Yeah. I'll be shameless.
So I was going through our injuries as well, and I was looking at what order would we put all our players in, and I did it. And basically, we have our 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 8th choice midfielders out. So I went through all the other top 6 and compared if they had similar players out. And I want to ask, what's a better midfield? And I'll do a quick fire. Would you rather have Fabinho, Harvey, and Arta, or KDB, Silva, and Foden? Think about the balance as well. I think the balance of ours is better. Would you rather have Bruno, Ericsson, or Hannibal, or the one I mentioned before? And then Arsenal's is Odegaard, Xhaka, and El Neni. And then Chelsea's would be Mount, Kante, and Ruben. And I feel like I won't do Spurs because they play with a 2 and all the other teams have been playing for 3. So Spurs are very lackluster. Like theirs looked very thin when I went for it. So I feel like our depth isn't bad. Our starting 11 is what needs to be improved on. Like we shouldn't have Harvey as like our 3rd choice because he's too young for that pressure. We need like Barella, for example. That's that's who needs to be our third. So I don't think it's a depth issue we have. I think it's more a starting 11 quality we have. Because when you go through the other top 6, their depth looks very shaky when you get past like the first 4. Like, it really does. So sometimes you got to compare, but not too much, because they're not in the injury situation, because they have better training than us, it seems, because we run our players ragged. Which that's all I want to say to talk about midfield. So thank you for having me.
No, thank you, Cal.
Big
Great
up as always,
analysis,
man.
bro.
We'll
Right,
break
bye.
that up. We'll break that down now. Big up, man. Big up, bro.
Nice one, bro. I'll be honest, just to answer Cal's comment, I put it in the group as well. I genuinely didn't believe we'd get a centre midfielder. I genuinely didn't. The whole De Jong thing I knew weren't going to happen. Bellingham was never going to. I genuinely didn't think. And for me, the Artur signing is just extremely underwhelming. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I get to come on here and be shameless and you guys cuss me in the comments. I do. But for me, it was very underwhelming, especially considering I think we needed someone who was energetic with technique and someone who could potentially score goals from midfield. And I think he's got the technique bit. I don't necessarily know if he's energetic, and I don't think he really provides you with goals or assists. So I think
he doesn't provide you with goals.
So that for me is where I found it a bit underwhelming. But as I said, I pray.
You know what you was like, bro? You was like a.
I was distraught yesterday.
You was like a kid who woke up on Christmas morning, saw the present, it's shaped like a shoebox. You know you asked for Jordans. You open the box, you see the night tick. You're like, yay! And then when you flip the lid, it's sliders. That's how you felt. That's how you felt. Mellow was sliders. You saw where it's going. You saw that you know when you see Matt send the thing in the group and you look and you see the Twitter thing, so you know it's like a Romano or whatever, but it's blurry. And you click it and you see it loaded. And as it's loading, you're like, who is it? Who is it? And when it loaded, you saw the sliders and went, for fuck's sake.
And the thing is, you could never go wrong with sliders, but it's the winter, innit? I need proper footwear. Like, I ain't got no trainers.
Sliders means you can't leave the house, bro.
You can't
leave the house, bro.
Can't. So, in terms of the depth thing, I agree to an extent in terms of numbers, but again, I think it's the robust stuff. I think if our midfielders were robust, I don't necessarily think we're having this conversation right now. We may still ask for an upgrade on a few of the players, but it's not as needed as it is now. So I think it's more down to the being robust.
It's always the robustness and the availability, Cal. Because I will sit here and shamelessly say it. People can disagree with me if they want. If everybody had a magic wand waved over them like it was ISS Pro, where you could just make everybody green and everybody was fully fit all the time, I think we do have the best midfield. But it's not a computer game. And all of our midfielders are always injured. Because I'm not going to lie. You take all the injuries away from Naby and you allow Naby to find the form that we know that Naby had, then we do have a baller. Like, we do. Like, let's keep it a buck. We do. We have an absolutely fantastic footballer. If his mind was never worried about injuries, his body was never worried about injuries, and he was able to play week in, week out and pick up the form and be the Naby we thought we were buying, he'd be on a Bernardo Silva level. That's what we thought we were getting.
I disagree.
No, bro, that's what we thought we were getting, bro.
I disagree. And, bruv, you know how much it hurts me to speak about Bernardo because of how much I dislike him as a person. But as a footballer, I'm going to be real with you. Very few touch him. And
they're different in the way they play. I don't mean the comparison in the way they play, because they're very different footballers. So I don't mean in the way they play.
If Bernardo got sold this summer and we've done the business we've done, I genuinely believe we'd win the league.
Yeah, but that's going back to the reality. I mean, like, we're talking, and again, I know their playing styles aren't the same. I don't mean their playing styles. I just mean their effectiveness and how good they are for the team. Naby would be like what Bernardo is. He'll be scoring goals. He'll be driving games. He'd be that guy that was a difference maker. The real Naby, the Naby we thought we were getting, would be a difference maker, Cal. He'd be the one splitting the lines in these games and driving past players, and do you know what I mean? And winning tackles on the edge of the like. He'd be doing all of that, but he can't because his body can't handle it, and that's what the problem is. Do you know what I mean? That's what the problem is, bro. It's the fitness. Thiago, if we could wave a magic wand over Thiago, he'd be dictating every single game we played in and we'd barely lose possession. But he's always injured. He's always recapturing form. He's always doing all of them things. And it's not reality, is it? So, that's why we say now availability is an ability. Yeah. I think we've been forced into knowing this now. It's just a fact, bro. So, is what it is.
All right, let's get the next caller in. AK, Ak.
Yeah, bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
bro?
good. How are you guys? Yeah, long time, yeah? Since the last time I called you guys.
I know, it has been a while. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah. So I just want to ask a few questions, right? So if you have this money club that you claim or you say we are a cheat code, right? I have some statistics for you. So I'll just give you the stats about it. So Man City, the last 5 years, have a net spend of 111 million pounds to Liverpool's 220 million. News flash. But nobody takes that.
Hold on,
Sorry?
say that again, bro. Could you just repeat the numbers for me, please, bro?
111 million for City in the last 5 years. That is between 2018-19 to 2022-23. This summer window.
Was that
and
net
Liverpool's? Sorry?
Is that net spend? So
yeah, net spend. Yeah.
Okay.
So and Liverpool's net spend is 220 million in the same time frame. So the can't compete thing is actually not that right, isn't it?
But Bobo, where are you actually getting that from? Because that cannot be right.
That is right. If you go,
that cannot be right.
That is right. That's actually right. You can look it up on Transfer Market later if you just want to. That is actually right. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause your time and check it now.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
I'm not trying to no disrespect you. I think I don't think that's true.
That is true.
I mean, the main reason I know it, I'm thinking it can't be true is because Liverpool's net spend is not that high. It's not even the Man City part. Maybe Man City do actually balance their books well. I don't pay enough attention, but our net spend is not that high. There's no way our net spend is that high.
Oh. Yeah, go on, check it. I think I saw it on Transfer Market, so I calculated it, and I found it on Twitter as well. So
give me a second, bro.
Yeah. So all right. So this summer they brought in Haaland, Calvin Phillips, Akanji, Sergio Gomez, and Julian Alvarez was signed back in January. I think that might have been deferred or he was sent back on loan. They sold Jesus, Sterling, and Zinchenko, Pedro
Ferran in January.
Ferran Torres was January. So yeah, we'll add that in as well. Ferran Torres. So
Pedro Porro, Gavin Bazunu.
So from what I see here on Transfermarkt, they made 143 and spent 125.
Yeah,
that was this summer just gone. 21. So
the transfer market don't take in add-ons and everything. I calculated totally, so it may vary, like around 50 million. It may vary on add-ons and different kind of stuff. So, yeah.
So here it seems as though, hold on, shooting out. So 120 spent.
Yep.
And recouped 84.
Yeah.
Then 2021 spent 156, recouped 68.
Yep.
Jack
Grealish
numbers.
Yeah.
19 is it 18-19 it's going back to, right?
18-19 to 2022-23, yeah.
Then 19-20 was 143 spent, 63 made. I think it's more than 111. I'm gonna have a look at Liverpool's though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you guys spent more. That's my point. The figures might be wrong, but yeah.
I don't think we have, bro.
No.
Obviously, I tell you what, we'll go through the actual proper figures, but I feel as though we haven't.
You have, if you calculate it, I think you have anyway. But yeah, but my point being, you can actually spend, but your owners just don't spend it. And if you see the exact season which you have spent most, that is in the 17-18 season, the year before. Yeah, so we had Bakary Sagna, Kall-in, Alexander Kolarov, and Pablo Zabaleta, who all left on free transfers that year, if you remember. Yeah. So we had to go in the market and replace these players. Pablo Zabaleta was bought for 6 million. Kall-in was bought for 8 million. Kolarov was bought for around 12 to 13 million. So we had, you remember, these players were got in 2012, Zabaleta 2008, and so on. So they gave a decade-long service, and we got to replace them. So should we not replace players? I don't understand what do you expect us to do? Like sign?
All right. We'll have a quick discussion on that. Not saying you can't replace players, but if I'm not mistaken, that summer you bought Danilo, Walker, and Mendy.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, and those 3
135.
Yeah, I mean, bro, 3 players, and then you still would have bought didn't you buy Bravo that summer as well? Or was that
no Bravo was summer before.
So didn't you buy a centre back that summer as well?
No, we didn't buy. We bought Bernardo and Henderson.
And
Bernardo. That's it.
I mean, well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's 220 million, but we also recouped a little bit from that. We spent circular 200 million in that summer. So that is the big summer that we spent. I get it. But if you look at now, this summer window, Chelsea, 280 spent.
Yeah. Of course.
But nobody says anything about that.
Oh no, we have.
It's not over Twitter.
I'll be honest, bro. As a Man City fan, like I'm not trying to dump on you, and I respect your achievements. But as a Man City fan, over the years, you can't really sit there and dig out other teams for spending excessive money because
I'm not digging out. I'm saying nobody talks about it like how when City do it, they talk about it, isn't it? Everybody talks about
everyone
it.
Talks about it with United and Chelsea. Hence why United gets so much stick.
United, I agree. Chelsea don't. Chelsea, bear in mind, they spent 280 million this year, and they spent 100 million on Lukaku last year and let him go on loan. So if you see, they spent.
Technically, they recouped a lot of that Lukaku money last year.
Did they really?
They did. I mean, if we're going based on that premise, you guys, you're saying that regarding your signings. I mean, Chelsea have done the same. Chelsea have actually recouped quite a lot of money. If I'm not mistaken,
I know. Yeah, I agree, but I'm talking this year's window, 280 million. Nobody really talk. They should, if Man City did this, 280 million, yeah, and we don't challenge, we'll get slaughtered for it in the media and everywhere else.
You guys have done that though.
Yeah, we have achieved it. So everybody's like, they're not okay with it. But Chelsea don't. The thing is, I'll tell you why everybody's mad with it, because Chelsea, although they spent the 280. They don't really challenge for the league. They'll not win back to back. They'll not really compete on a different scale. But Man City do. That's where the hate begins. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
No, I'll be honest. Chelsea. All right, I'm just gonna. I'll shoot from the hip with you. The frustration I have with City spending is it seems to be very obvious that you guys are cheating but getting away with it. You guys went through the pandemic. Everyone else made a loss apart from you guys. When you look at your fan base, the size of your fan base and your commercial value, it doesn't match up to the money you're getting. Your sponsorship deals are higher than Liverpool's and Manchester United's. Liverpool and Manchester United have been a world-renowned team for decades.
Yeah.
You guys have been a world-renowned team for a decade. So
yeah, I know.
That's where I think the issue is, because when you break it down, you break down the stats and you look at the fact of you guys make a profit and make no losses when everyone else makes losses in the same scenario.
Yeah, we made a small profit of 5 million, I think.
No,
yeah.
profit's profit, though, bro. Like,
Yep,
I
I
put it
agree. But the thing is, we are the most successful. Yeah.
Put it this way. Let's say, for example, all of us in the chat have got £100 and we've got to do shopping, and we all know we've got to do shopping for the month, and we all spend our £100, and then 2 weeks we're all out of supplies and stuff. But in the next after that 2 weeks, you go back and spend another 100, and you're like, well, I was just able to double my money. But people are going to ask questions, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I totally agree. But the thing is, we've been the most successful team in the last decade, and people want the present success. We have Pep as a manager. We have won back-to-back leagues. That makes a lot of commercial sense. And the Premier League as a whole is a commercial behemoth, if you like to say that, because if you see the spend between the Premier League clubs this summer window alone, it's 1.9 billion combined with all the Premier League clubs compared to the next best.
But you guys are sport, but I hate to use the term. You guys are sports washing, man. You are like, and look, I'm not going to sit here and say what Pep hasn't done is incredible. What he has done is incredible because you've still got to coach the team and buy the right players. You look at Chelsea and Man United, for example. They spend nearly as much money as you guys, but they don't get the success you guys get.
Yeah.
But let's not act as though you guys aren't. You're cheating. Like you're
How is it cheating? How is it cheating? If you go back to if you're trying to say the FFP case,
you're using your own money, which is not from credible or correct.
On that, I wanted to tell something on that. So the FFP case, not many people know this. I'm a master's student here at studying in Manchester. So I'm doing my sports degree, like sports business management. So I know a lot about this. I study a lot about it. So the thing people don't know about the CAS verdict is that the case wasn't for the value of the sponsorship. It was for, if you see the clearly case verdict, it is written there. It's what is commercial sponsorship payment disguised as equity funding. Equity funding disguised as sponsorship payment. That was the entire case about. It wasn't about the value of the actual deal. It was about whether we are discussing equity structure payments to commercial channels. That was the whole case that was about it, and we came out clean with it. So a lot of people just read, sponsorship, that, and the other.
OJ Simpson came out of his case clean as well, but we all know he's guilty. Just because you come out of a case clean, it doesn't mean you are clean.
Like I know there might be something which you have done in the past. I agree, but the thing, case facts is that the case was for equity versus sponsorship funding, and it was proved that it wasn't. We weren't funding equity. Equity bonds into sponsorship channels. So even if you say Etihad is like, and the owner is related, it's a related party transaction. It's perfectly fair.
Let me just read out some stats for you. Who in your opinion is the biggest club in the Premier League? I'm not talking about the most successful. Who's the biggest club?
United, maybe.
All right. United's shirt sponsorship deal was £47 million.
Yeah.
Yours was 67.5.
60.
Now, on a real. Let's say, for example, we've got two people standing here. Let's say I am Robbie from AFTV and you are me from Kop-Ish.
Yeah.
If you're a sponsor, who gets more money, me or Robbie?
It's you, I think.
No, it's Robbie. Robbie will
get
more.
It's Robbie. Robbie, yeah, sorry.
Robbie, right? Why does Robbie get more? Because he's bigger, right?
He's bigger, yeah. But the thing is...
Wait a minute. If I turned around and I told you we make 1.5 times what Robbie makes, wouldn't you think that's suspicious?
Yeah, I do, yeah. But the thing is...
if I told you that money came from Drifty, how suspicious would you be then?
Okay. I get the whole suspicions thing, but the thing is,
not even suspicion, bro. They're cheating in everyone's face. They're just getting away with it.
But if you see Man United's deal, I'll explain why. If you see Man United's deal, the previous deal that they had for the shirt sponsorship with Chevrolet was 65. That was in the year where they used to win things and they were really successful. The thing why it is dropped is because they're not winning and they're not successful anymore. That's the only reason why the shirt sponsorship is dropped.
Agreed, but you've only been winning for a short time when you look at the context of how long Liverpool and Man United have been winning. Let's not forget, guys, like, was it 15, 16 years ago, you guys weren't even in the Premier League.
I know that, yeah. We were Division 2.
Exactly my point. Yeah. So you're like, and again, this is not even me trying to be disrespectful. You don't fill out your stadium on a regular basis for a start. Your stadium
that's got nothing to do with.
Of course it does. Of course
it's hardly anything. It's hardly anything on the revenue streams. So
no, it's hardly anything to you guys because you use other means to cover that up.
For all the clubs.
So why did every team in the world suffer during the pandemic, bro? Because they couldn't get bums on seats.
No.
Barcelona, the biggest.
No.
All right. Are you the biggest? Are you bigger club than Barcelona?
I'm talking about the Premier League. Barcelona have a bigger stadium. So you're using the example. You're using the example where they are bigger stadiums. So if you see in the Premier League,
who's a bigger club? You or Barcelona?
Let's talk about the Premier League then. Talk about the Premier League.
All right,
you can give an example.
Who's a bigger team, Liverpool or Manchester City?
Liverpool, yeah.
Who's a bigger team, Manchester United or Manchester City?
Man United, yeah.
Chelsea or Manchester City?
That's debatable. I would say Man City. I would say City.
It's not.
We have more league titles than them. So.
No, you're mistaken being a bigger club for being more successful. Who's bigger, bro?
We are bigger. We have a bigger stadium too than Chelsea.
Chelsea are bigger than you guys, bro.
We have a bigger stadium than Chelsea. What is no way? Chelsea have a 41,000 seater. We have a 54,000.
Chelsea are a bigger club than you, bro.
How? In what regard?
Winning trophies back in the day when you guys weren't even in the Prem. You weren't even sniffing the Prem, and they've got a bigger fan base.
We also won trophies in the past, in the 60s and 70s as well. We were very successful even before Chelsea and all that. Yeah.
No, I'm not even speaking about just the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about when commercial revenue really started to ramp up in like the late 80s, 90s. You guys were nowhere to be seen.
Chelsea also weren't nowhere near there.
But they were still bigger than you, and they still are now. Arsenal, how are they not?
Chelsea are not a bigger club than Manchester City. No way.
How are they not, bro? Let me ask you a question. Do you ever, and this is not, again, me not trying to have a dig at you. Do Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, or Tottenham, do they have to promote tweets?
Oh, come on.
I'm not being funny. It's a genuine question. Do they have to promote their tweets?
Maybe, yeah. You never know. Maybe
they don't.
It's maybe that Manchester City is more prominent than all the others.
No, you guys have to promote your tweets because you don't have the fan base and the traction to get the sort of growth that you want. Hence why you're spending money on social media promotion. I work in social media, bro. I know how the game works. That's how it works. If you're not getting enough traction, you pay to gain traction. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Spurs don't have to do that.
Really? Spurs?
No,
Arsenal?
They don't. Spurs are bigger than Man City, bro.
What? No. This is Spurs are bigger than.
I'm not even trying to dig you out. If you're talking about success, yeah, then you sit at the table. But all right, AC Milan haven't been the most successful team over the last decade. You struggled to find many bigger Italian teams. I mean, Napoli have been finishing ahead of AC Milan for a few years before AC Milan won the league. No one can sit there and tell me Napoli is a bigger team than AC Milan. They're not.
Yeah, but I'll tell you an interesting fact. If you're saying I would say we are bigger than Chelsea and Spurs as well because we won a European trophy way before them as well.
Bruv, you can argue Spurs. You can't even sit at the table with Chelsea right now and argue that. You can't.
Maybe not now. Maybe before the Champions League. Maybe yeah, but I would agree
that they won their first Champions League in 2012.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you asked me before, like 10 years ago, maybe but City would be there in that time frame. If you told me 10 years ago,
Fam,
without the Champions League.
I hate to say it, a couple of people in the chat said I didn't want to go this low, but Everton have got more history than you guys. And Everton arguably have a bigger fan base as well. Newcastle might have a bigger fan base.
No, you're not Newcastle. No way.
I'm gonna be real. I'm just telling you how it is, man. Again,
but
I do rate what Pep's done. I rate what City have done because they've not just thrown money at it, they've got smart people in the right positions.
Yeah.
But you take half that money away, and I don't think you've got the success you've got. It's me being real with you.
Yeah, but everybody, the point being, everybody needed money as well. So in the 70s and 80s, you remember when Liverpool were really successful? Probably that's when did you start supporting? In the 90s, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would have grown up on that 70, 80 vibes, isn't it? Like the success and all that. Your parents told you about it.
How did Liverpool generate their money?
Yeah. So how did Liverpool get the money to pay for it? You had a rich owner. It all starts there. It all starts there.
It doesn't. Honestly.
What I'm saying is, it all starts at a point where you get investment.
You do know Liverpool have always been a club that sells to buy, right?
Nah, not from the 80s and 90s. You had the best team in England.
How do you think we built the team? We didn't just go on a crazy spend one summer and then it was all good, you know.
But you had a benefactor. Your owner backed you every time, isn't it? The Moore family. You had the Moore family, isn't it?
The difference between the owner backing you and you manipulating the books. You guys are manipulating the books.
I'll tell you why you can't accept it now. That's because the FFP has come in, and you can't. But in the 70s and 80s, you know what? It benefited you because FFP wasn't there, and the owner could just invest directly into the club, just like how Jack Walker did it for Blackburn.
We were winning things which generated money, generated fan base.
Exactly. We are winning things now in the last how many of the past when first investment came in before FFP in 2008.
You're winning things after teams have already been established as being big clubs. That's what you keep on missing. I think that's what a lot of Man City fans miss. We have got about 5 or 6 clubs in the league already bigger than you before you started winning things. So we respect you guys for winning stuff, but you can't sit at a table and say you're a big club. You're just not.
We are one of the not I wouldn't say a big club. Like, we are a big club though in terms of league titles and all the trophies as well.
You're a recently successful club.
I disagree, but yeah.
How long? All right. How long's English football been around?
1800s, maybe. Yeah.
Since
1880s.
Let's say 19. Let's say the 1900s. So out of 122 years, you've had 10 years of dominance.
Dominance, yes, but we have history for more than that.
1 or 2 scattered here or there.
In the 60s and 70s, we were one of the most successful teams ever.
But this is my point.
Yeah, this is the point. The thing is, people don't really care about the past history. History starts for people
we care about the past, but we also look at what you guys are doing now. You can't sit here and tell me that you guys aren't cheating. You're cheating, but you're just getting away with it.
How is it? I don't understand. How is it cheating when? How is owner investment cheating? If you're talking about the money we spend,
you're lying about where the money comes from because the owners aren't just allowed to pump money and they've got to account for where it comes from, and you're lying about it. So you're washing it through the business and then putting it into the club. Which is why it's called sports washing, bro. If I go and get illegal money and put it through the business and then take that money out of the business, it's now clean money. I'm using my business to launder money.
So all the league titles you won in the 70s and 80s, I'll give you a good example. So all the league titles and all the success you had from your owner when it is perfectly legitimate to invest your money through the club. In the past, before financial fair play, you have to understand why my owner is doing it is because financial fair play came in 2012, 2013. We had to find a way to increase our revenues. So to buy players.
Guys, I can't believe I've come back and we're still doing this. We gotta bring the other people in.
In the past, listen. In the past, the owner could directly do it because there's no regulations.
Oh, but so now there's regulations. You're doing what?
we found another way to do it. That's what everybody wants.
You just said what I've been trying to tell you. You found another
Okay,
way to do it. Which
so
is
do you
dirty.
discredit? Do you discredit all the success you had in the 70s and 80s?
No, because we were adhering to the rules at the time.
So the rules are set
change,
only when
bro.
we. Okay, so the rules are set only when we come in. Is it?
No, the rules are
I don't get it.
Well,
technically,
the rules
you
are
and
changed.
Chelsea are the reason why it changed, because you were
You
doing
guys
things
are the
that
reason
wasn't
it
fair
changed,
on
because you
everybody
were
else.
killing football.
But you used to do the same things in the past as well.
Not
when it was fair.
No, not to
So
this
hold on.
Yeah,
extent.
come on, Trev. Come on.
Who's the best player in Liverpool's history, arguably?
Graham Souness, Kenny Dalglish, or Graham
All
Souness.
right, glad you mentioned him. How did we get Kenny Dalglish?
The thing is, I wasn't born that far, so I can't remember really. So
all right, neither was
Yeah.
I, but I do my research. Kenny Dalglish was bought off the back of selling Kevin Keegan, who was our biggest player at the time. And you know what? Fast forward to 2018, we sold Coutinho, who was our biggest player at the time, and we had to revamp the squad that way. Let me ask you a question. Who's the best players in your history?
Guerrero, Silver Company.
How much did those players get
Fernandinho.
sold for?
We keep them for 10 years. We don't have to sell them.
No. I wasn't asking about the sentiments. How much did you sell Aguero, Company, Silver for?
We didn't sell them.
Oh, so nothing then. How much did you spend to replace them? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Well, 51 million for Guerrero, Haaland. We didn't replace David Silva because we have Phil Foden and.
Are we just gonna forget about Bernardo then?
Bernardo is not it's not a David Silva replacement.
So what is he then?
He's more like a right. He was bought as a right midfielder.
No, he wasn't. He was always playing centre midfield for Monaco. Come on, bro.
He's on the wing. He's on the wing.
You can't do this football thing with me, bro. I'm the worst person to do it with.
I mean, Diaz was about 65 million to replace Company, wasn't he?
Yeah, 65. But then we gave
Plus 40 mil
automatically
for
the other
Ake
way.
to just bolster up the bench. Look, guys, let's bro. Let's have a proper conversation about this one day, because we got a lot of callers.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
not in the mood,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
got to move it on. You know. What
Yeah,
I mean?
sorry for hogging the time.
No,
Sorry.
no,
no.
apologize.
You
What
don't
I
have to
will
be
say
sorry,
though, bro, and I'm not saying this in a rude way. Do the full research on everything, though, bro. You'll be very surprised.
But the thing is, my point is that the FFP thing was brought in just before we could make our way into competing with you all, because you have to understand in that time as well, to compete you had to spend.
No,
For
it's true.
spending you had to get
Breaking Bad.
no you gotta understand that to compete with the established top four, we were a mid-table club. To compete you had to get the money in.
Bro,
so
what you need to understand, bro, is I have absolutely no issue with City spending money, because I don't think FFP should be a thing. But because it is a thing, you've got to adhere to the rules. That's literally, yeah. Like, I don't have a problem with City spending their own money, but if the rules are there, you got to abide by them. So,
before I let you go, I'm going to break it down in one very simple way. When players used to score goals, they'd be able to take off their top and celebrate by swinging the top round their head or whatever, right?
Yeah.
A rule change came in which now stipulates if a player takes his top off during a celebration, he gets a booking.
Well,
it is the same thing.
Rules have changed, right?
Yeah, but it was changed just because a new entry came into the market. It's like any other business, isn't it?
But it's still changed though, so you got to adhere to the new rules, right? So what you did 10 years ago, when you take off your top and you celebrate a goal, or 15 years ago when Giggsy did it against Arsenal, for example, if Darwin Núñez scores the winner in the derby tomorrow, God willing, and he takes off his top, Darwin's getting a yellow card.
Yeah, but is it morally right to punish the guy if it's who's doing it now and then doing it's not correct, isn't it? If I'm talking about a football club,
yeah.
Yeah.
I get the sentiment. If it's your money, you should be allowed to spend it. I agree, but rules are rules.
Yeah, it was in the past. It was in the past like that. Why? Just because we came in, there's a disruption now. So that's my only point. It's that in the past it was allowed. After FFP, it wasn't allowed. So you had to find a different way to do it. but related sponsorship happens elsewhere as well. So Bayern do it with the Adidas and T-Mobile or whatever, and Wolfsburg do it with Volkswagen. I can go on. Signal Iduna Park, Wanda Metropolitano, they all do it. Businesses all invest in football. It's normal. Related companies do invest.
They do.
It's not that they don't.
They do it legitimately without cooking the books.
Anyway, let's talk about this another time.
Sure. Right, Drift. Sorry, guys. Sorry for all the hold up. I'm really sorry. Yeah.
No. You don't have to be sorry, bro. It was an interesting conversation. We just got people waiting. Obviously, that's
yeah. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Take care. Love, guys. See you later. Bye.
Take care, man.
Take care.
Yeah, nothing to be sorry for, but we just got a couple people we still got to bring in,
right?
And we're gonna have to be very strict with the time as well. Now, apologies, guys, for everyone who's left.
Chris, are you there, bro?
What's going on, my guy?
What's going on, bro?
Nah, man. Man, that the chat was crazy for this guy, man. I felt bad for him and stuff. He was getting destroyed in the chat. I'm like, damn.
You lot are savages sometimes.
Nah, but
Kopish community is not a safe place for a City fan.
Nah, but big him up for trying to come on. You know what I mean? Big up. You know what I mean? He had
When a rival jumps on the channel, it's always respect because it takes a lot to be a rival and jump on the channel, man.
Yeah. But so I'm not really gonna talk about football and stuff like that because it's been like a good week, I guess. If you know what I mean, we won 9-0. We won against Newcastle and shit. We got a midfielder in, so I'm not really gonna like be negative and stuff like that. So we're just gonna talk for a little bit before my time runs out and shit like that. So
I'm good with that.
yeah. So last week I told you guys I got promoted and stuff like that. So my wife bought me a bottle and stuff like that. She didn't tell me what it was and stuff. So she poured me a shot, and we was around people and stuff. And I drank it, and it was good. But then after like 10 seconds later, my throat started getting hot. I started sweating and shit. And come to find out, she bought me this.
Hey, that's the Jamaican in her. That is the Jamaican in her. She's a G. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. If you took a shot of that, you're built different, bro. I
drank this straight, and I didn't want to make a face and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't want to look soft and shit. You was around cooking and shit, you know what I mean? And then I had to get up and walk away and shit. My wife was like watching me and shit. She was watching me and shit. Bro, I had to turn on the AC in my house to have central air conditioning. I had to turn it on to like 50 and shit. It was bad, bro. It was bad. But also I want to talk about because my son started football this week. He's a center back and shit like that.
I remember you saying,
we had to sign like this paper pretty much saying that we're not allowed to like speak out during practices or games and shit for the kids and shit like that. So my son, he headed the ball and shit like that, right? And the coach like stopped the game. He's like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Like screaming at him and shit. My wife like went mom mode, bro. It was bad. We had to leave type shit. It was like bad. Like you know what I mean? Like you're a parent, right, Cal? Like I'll discipline my kids. You know what I mean? Ain't no one else gonna discipline my kids. I'll fuck you up. Type shit. You know what I mean? Like, my wife was on that and stuff, and she started speaking patois and everything. It was bad, bro. I'm like, yo. It was bad, bro.
Hold on, was your son allowed to finish the game though?
Yeah, he was allowed to finish and shit like that.
Okay.
Is the coach still alive? That's the question I would ask.
Yeah. I'm always saving people. I'm saving Matt from people. I have to save the guy from my wife and shit. It's crazy out there. But yeah, man, that's all I had to say, bro. Like, just
you're a legend, bro.
Bring a vibe to the chat and shit like that.
No, bro, you cheered me up, bro.
It's funny because we were watching videos the other day and shit. And my son's like, yo, I'm going to do that move and shit like that, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Bro, he did the Nat Phillips Cruyff turn and shit on the game and shit. I'm like, yo, that's it. I'm going to invest all my money on my son. Bro, that shit was beautiful, bro. I was like, yo, I can't even do that. And I played when I was younger. I can never do some shit like that. I'm like, yo.
These kids are built different.
I'm future-proof, bro. I'm about to start sending $1,000 super chats and shit. I'm good.
Hey, anytime you're ready, bro. Anytime you're ready.
And big up the guy that comes on. He comes on. He looks like he's part of the Matrix and shit like that. What's his name and shit? He's always with the sunglasses and shit.
Tom Izzy.
Yeah, bro. He suggested this show called Warrior. That show was fire and stuff. And the other day, because I have two kids, I have my son and my two sons, Nicholas and Ethan and shit. And I got called up to school and shit because my kids got into a fight and shit or whatever. And come to find out, the one that started was my youngest and shit. He's only 6 and shit. Apparently, what happened was a kid was picking on my eldest son, and my son saw that shit in recess and went and checked him and shit like that. Like, nah, you're not gonna talk to my brother like that. And so kicked him and shit. And I went to and like, you know what I mean? Like, as a parent, you can't really be mad at that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what? You protect your own type shit, right?
Yeah.
So I come home and shit, and I talked to my eldest son, Ethan. I'm like, yo, Ethan, what's good with you? You got your little bro looking after you? He's like, and he said some Bruce Lee shit. He's like, I don't believe in violence and shit. Be water and shit. I'm like, yo. Some Shakespeare shit. I'm like, yo, man, this is deep. Like, my whole life, this whole week, I was thinking about my life, rethinking my life. Like, I'm like, yo, man, be water, show. Be formless, bro. I'm telling you, everyone in the chat, bro, be formless, bro. Be shapeless like water, bro. My perspective of life has changed, yo, forever, bro. But, hopefully we win tomorrow. I'm in California, so I got to be up at 4:30 to watch the game and shit in the morning. But if they don't win, bro, on next Friday, I'm be livid, bro.
Yeah, we all, bro. We all, bro.
Let me get out the chat so you guys can, you know what I mean?
No, big up, man. Big up, man. You're a legend, man. Big up, bro. And spud your little one for me, bro. No, spud the wife as well. Spud the wife.
Big up the wife.
She has made some black cake and shit like that, so.
Bro, you're set, bro. You're set, bro.
I'm gonna take a shot for you guys and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You might not say
be easy though, bro. Be easy, bro. With love, G, love,
cool, brother. Do you know what? Do you know why? Because I've been in the same situation with football as well. Obviously, I take Stevie in it, and it's hard to stand on the sideline when your little one's getting torn into or getting kicked up. It's hard. Really hard. Like I've had maybe one outburst and one where I spoke to the coach privately. But the outburst was like one of the kids was just at the time I think Stevie was still 2. He's 3 now, and the kid he was playing against was like 6. He just kept on fouling Stevie, like just kind of victimizing him. And like Stevie turned, like I think he pushed Stevie, so Stevie went up to him and pushed him back, and then I think the dad shouted out, I can't remember, something along the lines of, you can't just push on the football pitch. So I shouted out, I was like, Stevie, if he does it again, you can kick him. You can kick him in the leg. And the dad come over to me, he's like, mate, what are you saying? You get your kid kick my kid's leg? And I was like, to be honest, sir, with all due respect, for the last 5 minutes, your little one's been kicking my little one, and I haven't said anything.
And he's 3 times his age.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not even about the age thing. Like, that's just life, isn't it?
No, it is, bro. If he's 4 years older, it is about age, bro.
Stevie's got to toughen up. It is what it is.
No, but at that age, it is about age. When you're that young, look how much the more development he's got. Look how much stronger he's going to be. I know,
but that's what I said to Stevie. I was like, you go and you kick him. And I was like, whatever happens, happens. And like the guy come over to me, he's like, you can't be telling him that. And I was like, sir, with all due respect, my son's been getting kicked by your son for the last 5 minutes. You've not said anything, so I'm not going to tell my son to back down. So it is what it is. If he kicks him and your son cries, with all due respect, I don't think we should be having a conversation about it. And he's like, well, I'm going to come over and speak to you again. I was like, well, you can. But as I said, you're not going to get much words out of me. So obviously, game continued. Stevie's kicked him up. So the guys come back over and I said, I know you're angry. I was like, this ain't gonna end very well for you, bro. So there's kids here. Let's leave it here, innit? We're now going into a different remit of life where I don't think you really want to do that. Bro, the next week his kid was fine, bro. Him and Stevie are good now. It was like it has to be done, but
life lesson learned, man.
Bro, this is what I mean. And
life lesson learned. You
Stevie
can't be
knows
kicking
now
people
that
and not. You
he
dish
knows
it
he's
out.
got
You
my.
got to take it back.
It's like even with Robbie as well. We were out with Robbie and playing with other kids, and like one of the kids was like Robbie can handle himself considering his age, but one of the kids was a bit rough with him. Stevie just walked up to me, calm as anything. He was like, "If he makes Robbie cry, then I just punch him." And I just had to grab him. I was like, "No."
I remember you telling me.
Yeah. I was like, come and speak to me first. But brother, I'll be real. I'm gonna be that parent where if I get called from school and they're like, "Oh, Stevie's been in a fight," the first thing I'm gonna ask is, "Who hit who first?" And if they say the guy hit Stevie first, I'm gonna say, with all due respect, I'm at work. Could you call me back later or speak to me when I come and pick him up from school? You're not sending him home. I'm not gonna have my kid get hit in the face or hit anywhere and not defend himself. But alternatively, I will not raise a bully. If I catch wind of Stevie or Robbie bullying anyone, I'm going to take them into the garden. We're going to have a fist fight and I'm going to punch them up, bro. Like, not raising no bully either. So,
no, that's
upstanding people.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
All right, let's get the next caller in. Infinite LFC.
Yo. Hold on.
How you doing, bro?
Hold on. What's going on? What's going on, man?
Man's blessed with the hairline, the hair, and the beard, you know. You humans, bro.
Yes, sir. What's going on with y'all?
That's good, man.
It's my first time in here. I want to say you guys are a holy grail for me. I've been looking for a Black Liverpool channel for so long, and I finally found you guys. So thank you for that.
Man. Glad you found us.
I wanted to say, from like an American perspective, like my idea of FSG, because I'm a Yankees fan, and so I've been making fun of the Boston Red Sox for the FSG for the longest. Then when I started watching football, and I realized that that's my owners. Oh, shit! Because what they did is that they did kind of a similar thing to what we did with Coutinho. With the player called Mookie Betts, they let him go for basically a pack of Skittles. And the Red Sox have kind of never been the same since that. And I fear that that's what's going to happen to Liverpool because I think they realized that because somebody was in here earlier and they were talking about how, the Red Sox aren't as big as Liverpool and worldwide. The Red Sox make $500 million a year. Like they are an entity. Like Americans, there's so much money in American sports. I don't think people realize that. And so, like, as soon as FSG caught wind of, we can just make money every year from doing this, I saw the natural progression into us just becoming the Boston Red Sox of the Premier League. And so, when we're going to the transfer windows, people are talking about, hopefully we can get De Jong for 75. I'm like, we're not getting none of that. None of that. I don't know what. I really think people, and they also did the same thing with a hockey team, my favorite hockey team, the Pittsburgh Penguins. They bought us 2 years ago. So now it's like
they're haunting you, bro.
I can't escape FSG. FSG are everywhere. And they've been super underwhelming with the Penguins too. And so that's just a very funny thing that I've noticed over these past couple of years watching Liverpool. Another thing I wanted to touch on was this Andy Robertson thing. I don't think that we're like moved past him. I just think that Diaz is a different player than Mane, and when we have issues in that left center mid position where we don't know who's going to play there week in, week out because everybody's injured all the time. Andy Robertson can't really get a foot in like how Trent can because he knows Salah's going to play. Salah, he doesn't get injured. Trent's going to play, and so it's one of those things where I'm down to give Andy Robertson some time to really acclimate to what life is going to be like without Thiago and Mane sitting right there helping him out the entire time. I do think that Kostas is really good. I just don't know if he's rugged enough. And if Andy Robertson, what type of player is, he's down to, he'll do that nasty tackle, he'll get into the other player's head. And that's what we need sometimes. I don't know if Kostas is that. Offensively, sure, he's brilliant. But I just think that we need, we need Andy. Another thing, the Man City fan coming in here and trying to make fun of people for spending money was just hilarious. I was in here crying the entire time. Of all people, the Man City fan coming in here trying to get on people for spending, say that you have a higher net spend than us. I mean, geez. And he was really going. He was really defensive about it. About we don't spend that much. And I mean, when you have the ability to just, if a £100 million transfer doesn't work out, we can just next window we can go get somebody for 65. It's just like, how are we competing with that? It's just what's the metric? Like you said, they're basically cheating. They're funding themselves. We're going against the whole nation. You know what I'm saying? That's not really a fair level. And to say that I don't agree with FFP, you guys say that you guys don't agree with FFP. I think that when you're going against nations, you know what I'm saying? It's the nation's bank account. It's not just some guys. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's based on what the whole nation does. I mean, we need some regulation. We would never be able to compete with that.
Facts. No, that is true. That's very true. But I can't hate on it though. Because
I
I can't be a hypocrite. If Liverpool got bought out, I would want Liverpool to be able to spend the money.
Absolutely, for sure. I'd be just as shameless as everybody else. I'd be super shameless. I'd next season if we get bought out.
I'd sit here and be like, no, I think it's the fans funding the money. I'd completely pull the wool over people's eyes. 100%, I would.
I would be the most shameless Liverpool fan out of all of them. So like, I can't be too upset. But when Man City fans act like, oh, the money doesn't really mean that much, we just run the club well, it's like, okay, like, come on, like, what are we talking about here? You know what you guys are doing. Like, it's very obvious. It's just that people are like, it's the league is still kind of competitive, so like people don't really care that much. But if Man City pull ahead, like how Bayern Munich is in Bundesliga, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a revolution.
That's my worry.
It's a really real worry. You know, when you have somebody, they slot somebody in, he scores 9 goals in 5 games. It's just like,
he's not even warm yet. He's not even warm yet.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. But bro, make sure you jump on again, man.
Yeah,
this is been a proud and laugh.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This is gonna be a very
man.
thing. Expect to see my face for sure.
100%, man. No, big up, bro. Big up.
Thank you.
Big up.
Great debut, cool.
Great debut, cool.
All right. They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the Forest Park.
What's going on, G? And do you want to know the maddest thing, bro? But I mean this as a compliment in case you've taken it the wrong way. You might be Ghost, but bruv, you do resemble Dre so badly. Am I lying though, Cal?
No,
am I lying?
Young Dre, not old Dre, young Dre.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. I'll take the compliment. Take compliment either way it comes.
100%, bruv. Dr. Dre, one of the greatest men to ever walk this earth, bruv. 100%.
For sure. But man, hey, I'm glad that we had a bunch of other callers. That was a wild ride today, because wow, all the Man City guy, that just threw me. Oh, but because I was on coming here ringing the bell about shame for all the Bobby haters and all the and all, just get on them. Now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just pipe down and talk about this. I feel bad now. I'm like, dang. But
don't worry, Bob. I've been ringing that bell though. I've been ringing that bell, making sure that people understand. You know what I mean? That's our guy right there.
That's exactly the one thing I did want to say though, is that I give it up to you, Drifty, because like for others that not to be mentioned, you have stood up and said, what's the real deal? You know what I mean? Yes, my number 9. He is. You can't diss Bobby Legend, you know? I mean, he's a legend, absolute legend. And I just had to come on and say something about that, because there's a lot of people talking that mess. And then all of a sudden, once he got into form, I said it. You asked me before, what do I believe about him? Why do I think he could play possibly even the 10 role? It's because once a Bobby Firmino gets into form, no other player in in our league that could say that they could bring a better performance, a better team performance, a better just all around game. I mean, there was times when I saw Bobby practically in line with the fullbacks, coming back so deep to be helping out. And you got to be like, what other striker is doing that? What other striker is doing that kind of just commitment to making sure that this team, that he plays the role that he has to on this team? And his smile is just infectious alone. So, I mean,
best celebration in the game as well. Nobody celebrates better than Bobby. I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I would. You know what's funny is that you see when VVD came over and like after Bobby scored, he did the kick.
They have a special celebration.
Oh yeah, the special celebration. I see that with the shake. But I just said he came over, did a kick. I'm like, one time somebody's gonna get kicked in the face. They be coming up like kung fu style. I'm like,
I think he nearly kicked Mane once, you know. I think there was one time when he nearly kicked Mane, yeah. He had to pull the leg back up, otherwise he's gonna take Mane's head off. Yeah.
Just a little bit, because we ain't trying to have we got enough injuries. We don't need that.
I don't even want him stretching his hamstrings like that anymore anyway. Just don't do that kick no more, bro.
Just don't do that kick. Yeah. And then also, like, I've been hearing, because I follow a lot of other stations as well, but I hear the TAA stuff that I hear about Trent and everything. You know what's funny about this is there's something that I always say. If you are the common denominator, whenever someone goes, oh, well, Reese is better than Trent, or so-and-so is better than Trent, if you're the common denominator in everyone's argument, that alone tells you you're the best. That alone says that you're the best. If someone's got to say, oh, well, you know, Muhammad Ali or Michael Jordan or whatever, I'm not saying that he's that level or whatever, but I'm just saying, if you're saying, whenever someone says LeBron, he always puts him up against Michael Jordan. Alone, to say that about Michael Jordan, obviously, you're the best, or you should be considered one of the best. And it's like simple narratives that people sometimes get involved in, these agendas that just like make you go, what are we talking about? Like on some real. And the last thing I really wanted to talk about was during the watch along. I remember you guys were asking two specific things. You're asking about the diagonals that VVD does a lot and has been really like pressing a lot. And you're saying, oh, he's doing too many But I think that's really because he's trying to, get Salah incorporated into the game. I mean, those diagonals are primarily going to him, So if he's trying to get Salah to really to get him the ball, period, and that is our primary goal threat per se. Okay. And then the other thing was the low block. And when we were talking about, Cal specifically was talking about, who do we have on the bench to really bring in to be a game changer? And I think that I was saying it in the chat, Tsimikas. Yeah. Tsimikas is a game changer. And when he came in, the game changed dramatically because, it was a different approach. Not saying that Robbo doesn't bring dynamic approach himself, but it was just Tsimikas is without Jota, without Darwin on our bench. Tsimikas is our game changer. And when he came on,
do you think that might be why he's been brought on in the last two games then? In the Man United game, I think it was, and in the Newcastle game when we were chasing a goal, we looked at it like, what is he doing? What point is the change now? But so do you think it was because Klopp sees him as a game changer and sees that for the last 15, 20 minutes, maybe he might be able to do something to create a goal then?
Well, I think the point that I tried to bring up before on another show of yours was that even if you do the research, they always say that the best attack for a low block especially is the fullbacks. And considering that
width, 100%,
the width and everything else, and considering that Tsimikas brings that for us, and especially he's possibly one of the best crosses on our team, to tell you the truth. I think Klopp kind of sees it as, hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna let Robbo do his thing, and I know what I can get out of him. I know that defensively he's not going to be anything of a hamper on our team. And I think he does let Tsimikas come in and be that game changer. I mean, like, he brings energy off the bench. He is, a very energetic person that brings unity to it. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree. Oh, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Millie though, because I think Millie changed the game as well.
oh, absolutely. Again, where did he put him? He put him at right back.
Right back, yeah.
You know, so I mean, like, and that changed a lot of different dynamics for us. But there is one other thing that I wanted to say real quick too, though, because I know a lot of people are talking about the transfer and everything else about how we had this, how Melo coming in, and I've been saying how I really don't get why sometimes, and I understand too, because I have again represented people. Actually, just one of the teams that one of my players went to, and then like I know that a lot of people don't understand the fact that there's so many dynamics when it comes to a player choosing, especially soccer. I mean, like in America, you know, we have sports, you know, if someone trades for Kobe Bryant or if they traded for, you know, LeBron James or whoever, hey, guess what? You now have a new address. There's no, hey, I don't want to play there and you're not going. But yet in football, it's completely different dynamic, whether it's climate, whether it's your family doesn't want to be there, whether it's language barriers, whether it's all these different dynamics that incorporate into whether that player wants to go. Comes down to like the club wanting to sell you or not wanting to sell you, whether you have a relationship with the club, you know, the agent, whether the agent's getting the funds that he wants out of it. All these different dynamics. It's not just wave a magic wand and poof, you know, it goes over. I understand that a lot of us play FIFA online or something, and we think that that's how, you know, as long as you put enough money into it, that player will just go. We're human beings. So those players have real power in how and where they go to. So, I mean, a lot of these players, I didn't want a stopgap. I didn't want another Kabak coming to our team personally. But, you know, I also didn't want to see another hologram come to our team, you know. And I also know that, again, I give you guys mad credit. I definitely want a player on a level that is, you know, world class, you know. But, you know, if it means we have to wait for him, then that means it's just that. You have to wait for him. You can't force a player to come here. And that player has to want to come here. I've never been to Liverpool, I admit that. But there's a reason why I moved from New Jersey to Arizona. Okay. Climate alone. Climate alone. All right. Because come wintertime, I'm still wearing shorts and going in the pool. You know, there's a huge difference.
Do you have to share that pool with snakes and spiders though, bro?
No. Is that how it is out there? Oh no.
No.
Isn't Arizona known for like?
Isn't Arizona like where all the animals and insects and all that are?
Come visit. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you don't? Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought
I'll tell you what it is. Whenever, like, and from UFC, like when they do, because UFC will do like what's called a countdown show.
Yeah.
And whenever they did the John Jones ones, he trains in Arizona.
He comes to the club a lot. I know him well. Yeah.
Hey,
never. I don't even know if I should be putting that out there, but yeah, never ever. Oh, his brother plays for Arizona Cardinals too.
Yeah. Which is that Chandler or?
Yeah, Chandler. Yeah. So like,
John Jones. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, he's
the
cool.
UFC fighter of all time. Yeah. Just Johnny Bones.
Heck yeah. You don't know how many people I get to see, and it's like, yeah, of course, you got to come up people humble and everything, and it is what it is. I mean,
I got to ask you now, what's he like? What's he like?
Oh, well, I mean, I met him when he's, you know, hanging out and kicking it, but I mean, like, he's cool, super cool. I mean, I've met a lot of people in my life. The biggest person I've ever, sports-wise, I've ever met is Michael Jordan. That was on some crazy. That was the only time.
Actually goes. Hold on a minute. What's going on here?
I know.
What is Michael Jordan and Johnny Bones.
No.
Drops.
No. The Michael Jordan was cool. I used to work for a magazine too. The Michael Jordan was cool because one of my friends knows his agent. So it wasn't just Michael Jordan. It was Charles Barkley was there too. So and Kenny the Jet. So they were hanging out. And they came into one of the restaurants / bars that I was a part owner in, and he's like, oh well, I'm dipping. I gotta go home. can you take him out and show him a good time? I was like, done and done, yo. Yes. What? Is that a question? So yeah, and then we ended up going to this one little spot and we hung out and kicked it and they roped it all off. And I'm trying to be cool and everything, but it's tough to be cool around celebrities at that level where you want to be like, can I take a picture? Can I get an autograph? None of that goes, but none of that goes on. That's why you don't have pictures with these people. That's why you don't have autographs, you know, and it ends up just being stories. So it's just,
but the stories are the best though. The memories.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's hard to get them off though, because a lot of people are like, nah, you can meet him. Nah.
Someone in the comments, Imran says he reckons you're hiding Tupac.
Yeah. hey, you know, that could be true. That could be true. We'll keep that on the hush though.
I'm very interested. I'm very surprised that Arizona don't have any insects. I mean, obviously,
we have insects. We have insects. Come on. I mean, every place has insects. But
I mean the ones that you don't want to share the house with. I mean them type of insects.
Oh, you mean like scorpions and stuff like that?
Yeah, and you see all of that. Yeah, I don't know,
that's a different story. But I mean, you don't really run across those. I mean, you know.
They don't come in your house. You don't just walk in the bathroom and there's just one chilling in the bathroom.
Nah.
What up, yo?
When I was in Florida, I was ironing my shirt in my friend's in my boy's cousin's garage, and I just heard this noise, and then I just called him. I was like, "Look, I know I'm in America. I need to ask what that was." And he was like, "I mean, it could be a snake, but like we have had like I can't remember, was it a wolf spider or some kind of spider that's been in here for about a week and we just can't find it. Every time we see it, it disappears." I was like, hold on. So you just had me casually ironing my shirt in this garage, with what could have possibly been a snake or some kind of spider as big as my face? No, I came out of there immediately. Creases on the shirt. I'm fine with this. I came out. It was half done, half not. I came out. And ever since then, I'm like, yo, when I'm in America, I don't know what part I'm in, but I'm asking what the insects like.
That's hard.
What the snakes like.
That's funny.
What is it? You know what I'm saying? What is it? So yeah.
No, there's a lot of. I mean, Diaz trains here too. Like Nick, I met him too. He's cool. He's real cool. And they're all good people. They're all chill when they know you're not like some clout seeker or you're not someone that's trying to like get over on them or whatever. They'll be, especially when they know that you're providing them, the entertainment or whatever it is. Yeah, they're cool with you. I mean, I even saw Suge Knight get knocked out like up front and close, personal. So, oh yeah, that was possibly the craziest story of my life. One of the greatest stories of my life, seeing Suge Knight get knocked out.
Shit, I don't even know if you should say about that one.
Oh no, Suge Knight's cool with me, like, cause yeah, I know it's funny, but I thought, you hear all these like things about Suge Knight, and you're like, he came up and he was chill. He was like actually the coolest guy at the party that it was for the All-Star. We had an All-Star party at the W. He was one of the coolest guys at the party, and yet when I saw what went down go down, I was like, oh man. And then I even knew that it was about to go down because both sides just told me what was about to happen. And I'm just like, like that's one of those things where you're just like, oh man, this ain't gonna be good. But yeah, it's been some fun times. And then, heck, we got the Super Bowl coming up, so it's gonna be another fun. It's gonna be crazy, man. Real crazy.
When you said come out and see, I might have to, bro.
Yeah, I might have to.
I might have to, bro. If I'm gonna be bumping into these type of men and getting these kind of.
Oh, absolutely. That's how I met Sturridge. Sturridge actually came here to recuperate. Like he had an injury, and he comes out here to
I remember.
Yeah, and trust me, I said Michael Jordan, like when I got to meet Daniel, I was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm like, because the GM was like, oh, we're gonna have Sturridge come in, he plays soccer, and I'm like, who's he play for? And then oh man, I was like a little boy. I felt like a little boy at the candy store type thing. I was like, oh man, Just keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. You know. But yeah, he's cool. He's real cool, and yeah, there's a lot of good stories, a lot of good times. But
yeah, you know, we're gonna have to. You know what? That members calling show's coming soon, bro. We're gonna have to hear some more of these stories.
It makes me more surprised how you even got into UFC as well, though.
Oh, yeah. I like UFC. Oh, I do like UFC. Don't get it twisted. I do like UFC. I love boxing. I love UFC, especially because there's actually a major facility down here that they train at. Not in where I live. I live in like Scottsdale, Paradise Valley area, but like there's a facility. That's why I was saying the Diaz brothers and all, like they're cool people because that's one of the places that they train at. And then when it's like time to chill, people come up to Scottsdale to hang out and kick it. Whether you in South Arizona, no one goes to North Arizona really. I mean that's Flagstaff, but yeah, if you coming down to party, you'll probably end up be where one of the places that I'm connected to, most likely. So
I rate it, man.
So yeah,
I rate
yeah,
it.
you should come out, man. Come out. I'm telling you.
One day we plan to.
Yeah,
Super Bowl's gonna be dope. Man. We'll bump over to LA, go parlay out there. Trust me, it's a lot of fun out here in America. And when I come out, especially, I'm planning on coming out there too. I'm definitely coming out to London. I definitely want to come out to Liverpool.
Man.
Yeah, I definitely want to push up. I got some contacts out there already, but I want to see what y'all can bring to the plate as well. I know you'll show me the real places to go. You know,
yeah, bro. No, definitely, man. Definitely,
right.
bro. But as always, Bob, it's a pleasure, man.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. Pleasure.
Yeah, man. We'll catch you next week, brother. Big up,
all
bro.
Right, cool. Peace.
Big up.
What a legend, man. Absolute legend.
The name dropping has got me.
I know, mad.
Boggled, bro.
Definitely gonna take him to Morley's still. Gotta take him to Morley's. That's the first stop. Morley's, 100%.
MJ, you know. Would you say Michael Jordan is unquestionably the best, biggest, and most obviously the best of what he does, sportsman of all time? Because I would probably say he is.
I mean, Tiger Woods maybe has an argument there.
That's a good shout, actually. But I don't know enough about golf to know who his equal would have been. Whereas with basketball, it kind of seems like people can put people on his level, but it's not a real thing. Michael Jordan is head and shoulders the best ever basketball player.
I mean, you could argue Roger Federer tennis, maybe.
No, but then you've still got Nadal, and Djokovic, and Sampras.
So Usain Bolt. Shout out to
Demo. Oh, yeah.
Usain, he's really Usain Bolt's in stones.
Yeah. Bolt, but it is Bolt for real. Yeah, that's true. I still think Michael Jordan is there, but Bolt is just unquestionably the best sprinter of all time. So it's not even. It's not even. You know, Tom Brady. I don't even watch thingy, but that's a shout.
I don't know anything about American
football. From what I've heard, though, nobody can talk to Tom Brady in American football.
Oh, is it?
From what I've heard, yeah.
Michael Phelps is a shout still.
Yeah,
Phelps is literally my man from the 7. He's deep in it. Phelps is deep. Like the water's nothing to him.
Yeah. That is a good shout. But were they as good at what they do as what Michael Jordan was at basketball?
Clear, bro. Phelps is clear.
So you would say Phelps is as good of a swimmer as MJ was a basketball player?
Yeah, Phelps is clear, bro. Yeah, Phelps has just got stupid accolades and records.
And the man's collecting like 15 gold medals every Olympics.
Phelps is clear still.
Yeah, it's a good conversation.
Promo said he's a shark.
Yeah, he definitely don't look normal, that's for sure.
Nah, he's definitely not. Shout out to Nareet. Can you hear us, bro? Just on mute at the moment.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
Yeah, there you go. What's going on, bro?
The internet's moving quite mad today because I'm at a different location. Can you guys hear me good? Yeah.
Yeah. We can hear you, bro. We can hear you.
And just to continue on that conversation, Kop-Ish is also clear of every other football YouTube channel as well.
Big up, bro. Big up, man. Love for that, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think you're the third
so
person who's come on with the away kit. I'm Cal, you got the kit's
No,
grand on
Beijing,
me, man.
Beijing Barnes. Beijing Barnes had it. as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think this is the third caller today that's had the kit
Oh,
on. That's
the
what I'm
third.
saying.
I thought you said first.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
the
I
third. But
heard
like I'm
first as
saying,
well.
everybody's getting it. I'm feeling it. The kit's cold, man. It's growing on me, man. I like it.
I need to
like
see it in person, man. I need to see it in person.
It's growing on me, man. It's growing on me. But
Yes.
what's good, though, bro? What's
So,
good, man?
firstly, big up to all the callers today. Some wild ones out there, you know. So, yes, I think big up to Liverpool 12 man as well. The previous caller, he's a legend, and we all know that. But the Man City guy, AK, if I'm not wrong, that's his name. AK. You know, coming up with all the numbers and maths. I mean, it's Friday night. I ain't doing maths on Friday, man. I think even Drift was gone for a while.
Yeah, I went to make another drink and go to the toilet, and I come back. I was like, "Raw, is he still defending City spending?"
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe
I
it.
respect it though. I big up to AK. I respect it.
Yeah.
But that's how I ride for Hendo and everyone else. I get it. When you're a rider, you're a rider. I get it. But
Yeah. So just want to say big up to all the callers and obviously everyone in the chat. Please smash a like. I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I want you guys to actually know that here in Thailand, we can't like give in a super chat. Like I've tried sending a super chat, but it doesn't allow me. So I try to contribute as much as I can, but you know, I hope I'm doing the best that I can. But big up to you guys, like always,
you
man.
are, bro. You are, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Really do. I don't actually know what those rules are, but yeah, no.
Yeah, same
The support,
here.
the
Yeah.
support is noted, bro. So we appreciate that, man.
Yes. So, I woke up yesterday and it was all mellow. Shout out to Coldplay, but I mean, I don't know how to feel about this. I know we've had such positive callers, but yeah, I don't want to bring the mood back down. You know, yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. Like it's mixed feelings, honestly. I think it's kind of a panic buy as well, because I heard we were talking to quite a few other clubs approaching Aston Villa for Douglas Lewis.
Yeah.
But is it true that he rejected us for Arsenal? Because according to Terry shout out Terry from the Football Terrace, I was watching his show, I think yesterday.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, before your show,
Yeah.
the friend panel. But yeah, like obviously he remained at Villa, right? But like, why would you reject Liverpool for Arsenal though? I mean, I just don't get that part. But I mean,
I think that would have been about so he can because he probably knew we'd start more. I mean, I'm not trying to say that from a place of like ignorance or whatever, but we are the better team. So the only thing I can think is either London was an allure that he was, because remember in Villa, I don't know how much you know about England, but Birmingham is probably the second best city, maybe Newcastle after London. So if he's in a really nice city like that and he's leaving, he may be thinking, I want to make sure I'm in the other best city in England to live. So it may have been the London pool, and if not that, then starting. I think he knows that Liverpool is everybody's fit, he doesn't play. Whereas even if everybody's fit at Arsenal, he probably still plays. So it was probably a lot more to do with, do you know what I mean, with game time, with the World Cup and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's probably what, I mean, I'm assuming, but I'm using an educated guess on my assumption. Yeah. So yeah.
You know, that is true actually. Because yeah, you're right. The World Cup is coming up, and yeah, he would definitely start in Arsenal's midfield, especially with their injuries right now. I mean, same with us though. But so my questions today are, actually, the game was it 2-3 nights ago, Liverpool against Newcastle. I actually switched off my television after 90+5 after Joe Gomez skied it because I thought it was done. I totally forgot about like the whole time wasting thing that the ref would, you know, add on more. But the Kop-Ish watch along was still on. So as soon as you guys celebrated, I was like, what? I switched back on my TV and I see Cavallo celebrating. But I mean, you never write us off no matter what, especially, you know, nights at Anfield, especially when you're playing at home. how many games, like, we can literally put on a list right now of every single game there, whether it's the Dortmund game, the Divock Origi against Everton. It's just crazy, what we can do at home. And obviously Klopp is back with this fist pumps again. I think he did like 6-7 times.
Yeah, he did a lot. He actually did a lot.
That was nice to see.
Yeah, you love to see it. So, just one question actually. What are your top 3 transfers? I think someone today earlier asked about the top 3 like teams maybe to make the clubs. But for me, the top 3 players like transfers for in the top 6 and outside the top 6. So that's it for me today, and hope we win tomorrow because Merseyside was, is, and will always be red.
Tell him again.
Tell him. What time have you got to be up in the morning, bro?
For me, so if it's 12:30 kickoff in UK, afternoon kickoff, lunchtime for us here in Thailand, it's 6:30 p.m. So.
So you love these games. These must be the best games. Okay.
That's where me and my mates are going out, getting some drinks,
Okay.
It's the perfect time. Yeah, it's the perfect time.
Yeah,
but obviously, I hope it's a win. Then I can only enjoy my weekend, but enjoy the other football.
That's fact.
But big up to you guys each and every single time, and Matt as well.
Yeah, I love, bro. Big up yourself, so much. Big up, G.
Much love, guys, and hit that like button, people. Come on.
Smash that like button, people. Come on. All right. Top 3.
I've got mine already. If you want me to give you a bit.
Go on then. Yeah, go on.
Haaland, Jesus, and Casemiro.
Oh, of this window. I thought you meant of all time. Was it just this window?
Yeah, this window. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
three from the big 6, and then 3 from outside the big 6.
All right. In the big 6 is Anthony, Haaland, Fofana. I'll say those are the big 3 for me. And the other 3 outside the 6, I'll say Paqueta to West Ham.
Yeah. I've got Pope to Newcastle as well as Paqueta.
Yeah, Pope to Newcastle, big one. I agree with that. And
I'm also going to go Isak to Newcastle as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. That goes without saying, actually. Yeah, that's a big transfer right there. Yeah.
I think Newcastle had a fantastic window. Fantastic.
They were very sensible for a club, learning from the mistakes of others to not just go wild with your money.
That's
very
a worry.
well.
That's a worry.
Because it means they'll catch up quicker because they're going to be smart with it, bro.
Exactly.
And they're slowly building our bad boy team,
And I don't want to take anything away from our win, but you look at their team that we scraped the win. No Bruno, no
St. Max.
Callum Wilson, no Botman.
No, so St. Max, Botman, Wilson, Bruno.
Max. 4 starters for them.
And they still put up that good of a fight, bro.
Yeah, they're going to be a problem. And do you know what? Respect to Eddie Howe as well. He's doing a very good job there as well. Very good job.
What he's doing is proving that when people said he wouldn't be able to do that job with a bigger team, that they were wrong. A lot of people think when you're I think they've got like the 3rd or the 4th most points accumulated since he took over or something like that.
Yeah, he's done well, man.
Yeah, he's done a brilliant job.
All right. Jamal. Mr. Receipt.
Wait, guys, how do you do this, man? I love the respect and the passion you show for your jobs, man, because I can't lie, guys, I can't do this. What's the time in England? What's the time in England right now?
It's 5 to midnight.
Yeah.
5 to midnight.
That's mad, man. So I'm not even going to take too long, man, because you guys need to sleep and then get up early and do a watch along for Everton. Come on, guys. Respect,
I think we both have to have dinner as well. So, yeah.
So
I've got a very busy morning.
So I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, man. I'm just going to say, the reason when you look at our team, there are 2 guys who I think are very lapsadistical in our team, which I'll say is Trent and VVD. But are they so because these guys play the most minutes, and they know they're not going to get benched. So are they saving their minutes on the pitch, guys? Because sometimes I see JFT criticize Van Dijk about how he don't close down and how he don't block shots. Is it because his legs are going, or is it because he's trying to save his minutes because he know he have a lots of game to play? So Trent as well. So yeah, that's my question. And is Van Dijk worried about missing this World Cup, guys? Because that's the next thing people are saying, because he missed the Euros, and I think, and he's 32. I mean, well, he's gonna be 32 soon. So is he playing knowing that, how, bro, if I get injured, I never get to play a tournament for my country? Because he respects his country and he loves his country, as he should. So yeah, man. So that's my question. I'm big up, guys, because the grind is real. Grind is real.
Yeah, nah, love as always, bro. Love as
Yeah,
always,
love.
man.
Bro.
Yeah, we're chopped
Yeah.
up now, bro. Big up, G.
Yeah, guys. Peace.
Peace. And love and respect to everyone around the world that's saying it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m.
Sorry,
where you are.
AD gave me a joke when he said it's 23:57 in Birmingham.
And you know what? I got a little pushback from a couple of people, and I was like, I would say Birmingham is the second best city in England. Am I wrong for saying that, Cal? What would you say? Newcastle's probably the only one maybe that rivals it.
KG would have to tell us about Newcastle.
Don't get me wrong, there's loads of nice places.
Yeah,
Sheffield,
no, so-
Leeds. I'm not saying they're not nice, but like
Birmingham
Birmingham is the
I've actually been
second.
to Birmingham before. I used to go.
I'm sure it's
Wolverhampton a lot.
definitely the second biggest. I'm sure it's definitely the second biggest.
I think outside of London, I think it's Newcastle, Birmingham, Manchester, and Liverpool are the next four. I'd say Brighton as well.
Manchester's pretty big, actually. Yeah,
Brighton's another place.
I don't know I don't think Brighton can rival Birmingham or Newcastle.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a nice place. I don't know if it can talk to those places though. I don't know. I guess it's down to opinion.
Yeah,
a lot of people have, you know what I mean. But...
I think I agree with everything that Jamal just said regarding Trent and VVD. I think they know they've got the safest positions in the squad.
So you think they saved themselves because they know that they've got to have the energy to keep going every week in, week out?
I think it's a case of saving themselves, but also knowing that unless something absolutely crazy happens, they start the next game and play it. Which is why I want to see how Trent responds to.
I forgot he was from Birmingham. You know, genuinely, I did.
I want to see how Trent responds to being subbed off. How he plays tomorrow. Because I can't remember the last time.
Because when he got subbed in the last game.
I can't remember the last time he was subbed off for tactical reasons.
Neither can I, you know. But look, he can't be a spoilt brat. He's just got to take it on the chin and keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
Nobody should be safe. We should, as Liverpool Football Club, if we're looking across the road and we're looking at Man City, who arguably, I think even you said it, he will still drop De Bruyne as good as he is, like if he feels like he wants to. So if there's nobody who's undroppable at City, there should be no one who's undroppable at Liverpool. Innit? Like, if you really think about it.
I wouldn't say anyone's undroppable at City, but they also know that there's a man to take your place if you have a little bad spell.
Well, yeah, or even if you put it like that, yeah. So
whereas Trent and Virgil, up until now, they haven't had that.
And for a long time, neither did Robbo. Before we got Simicast, he didn't have to worry about that either.
Salah doesn't have it.
Salah doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah, maybe they are saving themselves. And you know what? What Jamal said about VVD for the World Cup, I never thought about that either. You're right. When you're a defender of his quality and you've never been to a major tournament and it's your last chance to, it probably is in the back of your mind. It probably is. I've never thought about it like that, you know? It probably is. So, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Either way, them man need to engage more, man. That's all I'm saying.
You've just got to. If you try and avoid injury, that's when you'll actually get injured.
Very true. Yeah, the man need to do more engaging. 100%.
Let's get through these supers. I said engaging. So here it says Abiri is that why Red Sox fans have had enough of FSG. Yeah, I've heard a lot of disgruntled Red Sox fans. Eastwood says FSG managed a dominant team. Red Sox. I don't know if they were dominant. I think they won the most in a period of time. I wouldn't say they're necessarily dominant. Like Man City have kind of been dominant, like you'd say.
Kind of been, bro. They're about to do a 3-peat and they got 4 out of 5, bro. They're without a doubt dominant, bro.
Kadir says, how can you guys miss out Tupac? Also, Joker as the hero would be the best flipping cinema. He's like, that's a shout still.
That's a shout. That is a shout.
That's a shout. All right, so I know.
Although the film Joker, they kind of tried to play him as the anti-villain. Because they got you to feel sorry for him.
Yeah, but if he was the actual hero, that would be mad.
It would be mad. It would be mad.
I'll be honest. I rate Tupac, but I wouldn't really say I'm a big fan of him like that.
Oh, I am. But I don't know if I'd want to. Like I said, there's everybody you leave off, you're gonna have a problem with leaving off.
Yeah.
Biggie, I didn't put Biggie in there, bro. Like,
no, Biggie
I'm gonna. There's so many people that I would have a problem with if I left them off. So that was a difficult one. That was almost like between a rock and a hard place. Do you know what I mean?
It was a fantastic question. I can't lie. Really got me thinking. Don123 says questions need to be asked about our medical staff. Also, I'd love to see Klopp become more ruthless with these players. This is business. Can't be nice. Agreed.
Although that's what makes him who he is, though. That's the thing.
He needs to find a balance, though.
I think he does a good job at it, to be fair.
I disagree, man. That's for another show. Tahir says the value of the club goes up and the team declines. That's a fair point as well. We've got to be careful not to do that. Eastwood says don't respect Canelo because when he got caught with the roids, he no longer participates in proper dope testing. Plus, he is a professional. Is that a duck or chicken?
I don't know, but Eastwood, I thought we were friends, man.
Eastwood just putting the facts on the table, Drift.
You can't be just gunning Canelo.
As Guna
like
Lee would
that.
say, don't shoot the messenger. As Guna Lee would say, don't shoot the messenger. Ty said if Fury didn't have other worldly powers of recovery, Wilder would have beaten him twice. Don't underestimate Wilder's ability to land punches. That's very true. That is very true.
I definitely don't know if Usyk can take the power the way Fury did for
Probably
real.
not.
So yeah, and that's why I think it could be a bigger risk than Joshua, bro. That's why I was saying. Like, I think Wilder would represent. He's not as good boxing wise as Joshua, but he will chase a knockout, and that is a bigger risk to Usyk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear that. Matt Bickerzette said Triple G versus Canelo 3. Think Canelo wins due to age. Yeah, same. P. Al says, so I just clocked the pitch. Over the last 4 decades, create the best 11. However, it is done by defense, midfield, and attack. You can't use one generation for more than one era. I think that's got to be a video.
And that is a bloody hard thing to do.
That's got to be a video. I'm going to take a picture of that. Yeah, that's got to be a video.
Word. That would take some proper.
Yeah, that's got to be a video.
Yeah, that would take some proper research, boy.
That's going to be a madness to do. Look, PR, I beg you send in the rules so that nothing gets changed and stuff like that as well. Don't want to see man playing left back who play right wing and all that. The boss says Bunda
shade,
negative.
The shade.
Well, all I'm going to hear is, yeah, but Roberto Carlos used to defend corners from the right hand side, so he'd approach the right wing sometimes. So I'm going to play him there. We know your game now, bro. The boss says
inverted right back in it.
We move. You'll never walk alone. Big up yourself, the boss.
Yeah, big up. Cal, I just thought of something. It's the only position on the pitch that nobody inverts.
Oh,
I wonder if that will become
that.
Oh, was you? Oh, okay, my man. It just come to me now. I was thinking, bro, that's the only position on the pitch that nobody inverts. I wonder if that will become a trend at some point.
I do think it will happen. But I think if it happens, I think you'll have to go back to traditional wingers.
Who would do a little bit more of that, like, defensive kind of work. Stay wide and hug the touchline. Yeah. That's food for thought. Great minds think alike. See that, bro?
Shout out to Rods, Anfield Rods and Nick. Says, I've seen Dennis Brown and Frankie Paul in concert. Frankie Paul's another G. What a legend, man. The boss says, we real people, we blame Robbo, we blame Trent, we blame ... I wouldn't say it's blame. I think we just criticized the boss. I think it's criticism. Mr. Sinclair says, Robbo's been rotated the last 4 games with Simicast. I wouldn't say rotated. I think
people, yeah, Simicast should have started, innit? That's probably what it was, yeah.
Shout out to Aaron says, and still can't win the Champions League. That was a response to the Man City.
Yeah, guys, we can't make much fun of them for much longer. I think they're gonna win it this year.
I think they're gonna do the League and Champions League this year. I can't lie. Ensman TV, big up Ensman TV. Make sure you check out his channel and subscribe. We will not accept Man City fans. Not now, not ever. That caller wanted us to accept them. No chance. Sorry, lad. I smell an entitled fan looking for love. Yeah, I can't just let it go what they do, man. Blue cheese, no fleas. Says Leeds United is a bigger club than City.
Oh my days, that name is hilarious. Oh my days.
You might be right. Leeds might be a bigger club than City.
Historically, yeah, 100%.
BC says creating companies with post office boxes, naming stadium after owners, company, etc. Cheating FFP was set so clubs couldn't be saddled with debt. Facts. P. Al says City tried to change the rules since Newcastle came. Facts. If that don't say it all, I don't know what does. Ty said Man City found another way. Laugh. Shout out to Blue Boys Network. Had Mike on the show earlier for the preview, so check that out if you haven't already. Make sure you head over to his channel. He's an Everton fan, but he's a good one, and I mean that sincerely. Mike's actually a really cool guy. I got shot out with him earlier. He's a very good Everton fan. He's one of those Everton fans I'm going to try and convince to come over to the red side.
Another club bigger than City, Everton.
Yeah. Taji says in Cali we have to be up at 4 a.m. to watch games.
Yeah, but don't you get that California love? So it's like, you know, it's a little trade-off. I'd love to live in Cali, man.
Chainsaw says, big up both of you brothers. This show is my favorite now. Big up to you.
Big up, man. Big up. And Chelsea, big up Chainsaw. He jumped in earlier as well.
Yeah.
So big up Chainsaw.
Guys, big up to all of you guys. You always rock with us, always support us. We are going to be back tomorrow for the watch along. God willing, we win that game. And we win it without any injury. I hate Merseyside derbies at Goodison, bro. That's what I really hate.
I hate it all, bro. I hate it all.
I actually don't mind, like from a setting out your day standpoint. I actually don't mind a 12:30 kickoff because it means I finish here and then I've got the rest of the day to do other bits of work and stuff like that.
I hear that, but you've got to win in a 12:30 kickoff, or your whole weekend is ruined, bro.
Oh, I know. Fulham was a testament to that, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. And then people go, "It's just a game," and you're like,
"No, that phrase is stamped out in my house." So
yeah,
if that
move. You know them ones. Why are you in a mood for?
Yeah.
Just me.
You want to know why I'm in a mood, do you? Like, I get all Rory Breaker, bro. Like, I become Rory Breaker.
What?
You what? You want to know why I'm in a mood? I'll tell you why I'm in a mood.
And I'll fucking tell you why I'm in a mood. You see that fucking piece of shit Richarlison, yeah? Fucking lip.
He almost broke Thiago's legs. Now I'm gonna have to break his. No, we'll be back. So again, guys, if you haven't checked out the preview, make sure you do so. Some good insights from an Everton perspective as well. If I'm not mistaken, the first Evertonian we've had on the channel as well.
No, we had Speedo Mick on.
That was before me then.
Oh, was it? Is it that far back?
I've never interacted with him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Yeah. Bloody hell. Yeah, big up Speedo Mick, man. He does so much for the community. It's unbelievable, bro.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, his charity work is second to none, man. Seriously.
Shout out to Sean. Just finished work. We'll just rewind to the start. Big up, boys. Big up to yourself, Sean.
Big up, Shawnee, man. Big up, big up.
But now, bless you all in the comments. Bless you to everyone who called in. And look, guys, I think Narit was speaking about the whole super chat stuff. Please don't feel any less valued if you can't send a super chat. Like, we love and respect everyone who comes to just support. So
100%.
Yeah.
I tell you what I hate about it, bro. I hate that there's so many people who want to be members so they can see our like member stuff, but it's the same kind of rules where they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
And that's not even because of the financial gain of us. It's because I know they're missing something they want to watch. And I hate that they're missing out on it. So I don't know. YouTube's got to try and find a way around that, man.
Yeah,
they've got to try and find a way around that. I mean, the less people that see my terrible result last is best, but you know what I mean, though.
Oh, don't.
You know what I mean, bro.
Jaden01 asked when I joined Kop-Ish. So Matt and Drifty asked me to join Kop-Ish before the start of the 1920 season.
Yes. It feels like it was yesterday, but it also feels like it was about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a very weird feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Best decision we made on the channel. I told you, look, we're signing the Mbappe of YouTube.
Nah, the most privileged ask I've received. These lot gassed me up, but no, it's genuinely privileged when they ask me. Yeah, I much appreciate it. I'll always remember that moment and always cherish it. So,
best decision we made, bro.
Jamrock says last 20 years, Red Sox 4 World Series, Giants 3, Cardinals 2, and 11 teams have won, including my Yankees. So,
right. So Red Sox have won the most over the last 20 years.
Yeah,
oh shit!
It's not dominant as such, but in terms of you'd say dominance is over a sustained period, but over a period they've won the most.
That's gangster still.
Yeah.
It still doesn't take away the fact that they let their best player go, though.
Yeah. Boy.
And I don't think they've won since then. I think that's what everybody's annoyed about. I don't think they've won since that happened.
Yeah.
So.
And bless you all. Until we see you tomorrow, get a good night's sleep, people, or stay awake if you have to, unfortunately, to watch it early in the morning. But make sure you join us for the watch along. And hopefully you'll all be celebrating, and I'll be at my absolute shameless best in the post game when Núñez scores, and I say I never doubted him and that he's better than Haaland. You will hear those words come out of my mouth this season. So just warning you, if you don't want to hear shamelessness, this ain't the channel for you. So bless up to everyone until we see you in the morning/afternoon. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish. We're out, people. Take care.
Peace.